What's up, guys, and welcome to another episode of the Spawn Point Podcast. And it's Easter today, so happy Easter. I mean, it won't be Easter when you guys are seeing this. It'll be Monday, but it's Easter today for us. So happy Easter. And look at all the beautiful stuff Cam did to our layout here, if you're watching the video version, which you should be.
Yes, I got bored, and so here we are. Hey, shout out ChatGPT.
Yeah.
Jason? That was a very energetic intro for us already recording this podcast and me fucking it up. So,
oh, what are you talking about? We just started.
Oh, no. We already recorded this podcast, and I fucking didn't record it on OBS, so I feel like an absolute scumbag piece of shit. But,
you know it. Shit happens.
I'm sorry. Fucking happy Easter. I fucked it up.
Happy Easter.
Anyway, it's all right. We're going to do our
best. Just how I want to celebrate Easter, even though I don't really celebrate it anyway. So it's all good.
So what'd you do for Easter? I don't know.
Oh, you don't know?
No,
oh, let me tell you for the first time then.
Okay.
So we just, my family and I went over to my parents' house, just the four of us, and then my mom and dad, and they made some ham and some mashed potatoes and some what else do they have? Mac and cheese and some little weenies and stuff. We just had a little meal. Just kind of sat around and talked for a little bit, and then came home and got ready to do the show. We usually do this in the morning, but I felt too pressured to in my time frame and stuff. So I was like, Cam, can we do this later on? So that's what we're doing. You guys won't know any difference, but yeah.
It's really late now because we fucking had to restart it. Damn it, son of a bitch. I'm not going to bring that up. It's going to be a normal episode like normal. I feel fucking terrible. I'm wasting Jason's time.
I don't know what you're talking about. I don't know what you're talking about.
I don't celebrate Easter, really. My family got together. I just decided this year I didn't really want to be a part of it. They all got together at my grandparents' house. They live in, doesn't matter. You guys don't know. They live in Vinton, so it's like an hour away. So by the time we drive out there, then it becomes an all-day event very quickly, and I get fucking basically one day off a week, so it's hard for me to like I love my family, but for fuck's sake, I need to have some time to myself and to chill. So
you need some you time.
Hopefully none of my family listens to the show. I know my brother Daxton does, and he's fine with it, but I did lie and say I was going to my mother-in-law's. We actually didn't do anything with them either. So, but sometimes you gotta pull that shit. So that's what I
won't tell anybody, I promise.
Yeah, it's just like when I call into work, half the time it's because I just don't want to be there. Go ahead and fucking report me, Caleb. I know you're listening.
Yeah.
I'll probably cut that out, maybe. Who knows? Either
way. That's great.
Okay.
Other than that, it's just it's a Sunday. So
it's a Sunday,
this is what we're doing.
Yep, it is. Housekeeping, check us out on YouTube, Spotify, Apple Music, Amazon Podcasts. Leave us a rating, leave us a comment. We would appreciate that. We'd love to talk to you guys there. Social medias, you can get us on all of them except Truth Social. Find us. Find us somehow.
I think we're going to stay off.
Yeah, we'll stay off of that one. I would like to do more social media stuff, but Jesus, there's just two of us. It's really hard for us to. It's really hard to do everything that we want to do. We're trying our best to get content shoved down your guys' throat. Maybe it's annoying. I don't know, but we're trying to get something to snag so we can kind of keep moving forward here. But that's the whole goal there. If you don't have social media, you can catch us at our email. Jason, what's our email?
It is spawnpointnetwork@outlook.com. spawnpointnetwork@outlook.com.
You goddamn right it is. Send us an email. Send us game codes. We would love that. Jason will
even better.
Jason will do it, and he'll get everybody to buy your game. That's his hidden superpower.
That's what I do.
Live streams over at twitch.tv/SpawnPointNetwork. Right now, we've got no series going on because I can't stick to F-Zero Friday if my life depended on it. But I'm not even going to say I'm going to get back to it. I'd just probably be lying to y'all.
And I would definitely help out if I remembered myself. So
so it's on me.
Sorry, guys.
I apologize, but we do live streams over there. Primarily, what I like to do is Trailer Talk live streams. My goal is to do maybe once a week. We'll go over some trailers just to be more prepared for next month, so we have some stuff we can talk about more when we cover game releases and stuff like that. So
Yeah.
tune in for that, and then of course occasionally I'll pop on and live stream a game or something if I'm playing it and want to make some content. So you can check those out, and then of course those VODs get uploaded to YouTube as well. So you can watch it either way.
Yep.
And then our Discord link should be in the description on every platform. Join that. We are talking games, movies, music, TV shows, cats, dogs, snakes, rats, whatever you want to talk about in there. We will be happy to conversate with you. That link will be in the description.
Yep.
That is it for the housekeeping for the second time. Okay, I'm done bringing it up that I fucked it up, but I do feel guilty. Anyway,
let's move on.
Let's move on. We got a lot of games to talk about today. Not so much news. Not so much news this week, but it is what it is. I think it'll still be a relatively long show. I almost made a comment about it. I'm going to hold back from that.
Stop.
But we will we'll go from there. So, sending it away, take it away for us, Jason. What's the first game we're covering this week?
Yeah. Okay. So the first game I'm bringing to you guys is called Kena Bridge of Spirits. Back when we watched the PlayStation State of Play, there was a trailer for a game called Kena Scars of Kazumura. And Cam and I were both like, what is, well, actually, he kind of knew, he was like, oh, this is the new Kena game. I'm like, the what? I'd never heard of it. So because of our interest in that trailer, I wanted to play the first Kena game, and it just so happens that it released on the Switch 2, which is my primary platform. And I was like, sweet, I'm going to play the first Kena game before the second one comes out, and I'm glad I did because I'm having a good time with this game. Cam has also played this one as well, and he actually beat it. Surprise, surprise. I have not.
I don't do that on purpose, dude. I really don't. I just want to I want to have it because I know you're going to cover it. I want to be able to have a nice conversation, but then I just end up no life and like an asshole. But yes, I beat this, but we'll talk about that later.
Yeah, we've talked about it before too. That Cam and I play games differently, which is it's a problem for me. I just can't help myself but explore and check everything out. It's just a something that I've done since I was a kid, and I just can't stop myself. So anyway,
that was a problem for me until recently, by the way. I just want to let you know I changed my strategy. But I'm cutting you off. Go ahead.
Stop. Anyway, so stop, Napoleon. So Kena, Bridge of Spirits is it's a third-person action adventure game. It was developed by Ember Lab. Originally came out in 2021, and I believe it was a PlayStation exclusive at the time. But now, since it's kind of like getting this new life on other systems, the Switch 2, PC, Xbox, hopefully this gets a little bit more attention because it is a darn fun game. Art style is phenomenal. It's a very like almost it's like you're playing a Pixar movie kind of, so Ember Lab, when they first started out, they began as a pretty high end animation studio, and you can tell like it's the art is just it's great. So and then they I guess decided to take a stab at making games, and I'm glad they did because it's a fun one, and it is very, very, pretty to look at too. So, basically you play as Kena, and she is a spirit guide. So what she does is she kind of helps like restless spirits that are kind of stuck in between like the physical and the spirit world. She tries to help them out and get them into the spirit world, and a lot of times these people are stuck because of like trauma or like regrets and stuff from their past, and they just can't find themselves to move on to the spirit world. So that's kind of what Kena is. She's a helper to bring people into the spirit world, because it seems like the characters that are stuck, they're not happy that they're stuck. But like I mentioned, there's trauma and stuff involved. So essentially what you have to do in order to help these people is to like fix some of the things they've done, either in the past or some of the things they haven't done, in order to make them happy enough to then move on to to the spirit world or the spirit realm or whatever. So the majority of the game takes place in like it's a very like lush, a jungle kind of abandoned treehouse village style, game. Yeah, a lot of foliage and stuff. So I mean, it works well for the type of game that it is. So, but yeah, through the course of the game, as you're helping these spirits out, you're also kind of like restoring the environment to its former self or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
You Everything's kind of, not everything, but a lot of the world is like uh kind of corrupted. There's like these like gross looking like like flowers and plants and vines and stuff, and that just kind of shows you like where the corruption is at its worst in this game. So you're kind of out to kind of cleanse uh the corruption and take the place back to how it used to be. So the other cool thing about this is as you progress through the game, you unlock or basically discover these little rot creatures. They're these little like basically they're like forest spirits,
Mm-hmm.
and they're these cute little things, and you basically like recoup them, and they kind of join you on your quest. So they're kind of always with you. They help you out in combat by like distracting enemies. They can like put like almost like a stranglehold on an enemy to help you get some shots in. They also have this like pulse ability where it sends out this like blue pulse, and it kind of uh reveals certain things. It also like helps you collect these little gems that you need to unlock like some cosmetics and stuff. They're not like the biggest deal. I think I have like 3,000 of them right now, and I don't really like know what I'm supposed to keep spending my money on except for little hats for these cute
Mm-hmm.
little rot creatures. But yeah, the so the combat itself is, I called it like a how did a souls like light,
Mm-hmm.
or like yeah. So it's got souls like elements. It's just I don't think it's as difficult as like a traditional souls game. But it definitely has some challenging parts in it, and especially the boss battles and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
You have to stay on your toes.
Yep.
You can't stand in front of them and just whack them with your spear or your staff. You're gonna get taken out. So it's a lot of dodge rolling, a lot of parrying, um, to get through some of these tougher challenges. Your main weapon is your staff, but as you progress through the game, you can kind of turn it into a bow, like a spirit bow, and then eventually you get like these spirit bombs that kind of lob bombs onto creatures, and some of the creatures that you run into have like they're almost like armored, and the bomb like blows off their armor for a second, and then you can like either hit them, or I usually just shot my arrow into them
Mm-hmm.
and kind of took them out that way. So a lot of puzzles, a lot of like 3D platforming style puzzles. None of them were too challenging, just
Mm-hmm.
just enough that my brain would be like, all right, I know what it wants me to do. I just got to figure out how to do it. But
Mm-hmm.
I was able to get through it. I never looked at a guide or anything like that. So, um, yeah, I don't want to like spoil too much. I'm getting there. I know I'm getting towards the end. Like Cam said, he did beat it. So I'm a little scared of the final boss from what he's mentioned, but I'll get there. I definitely plan on completing this one and giving you guys an update. So,
Yeah,
but yeah,
for sure. So I'll add this just a little bit because, like I said, I beat it, but this is kind
for
of
sure.
Jason's game that he brought. I just didn't expect to fucking go sicko mode with it, but I did. I played on Windows through Steam. Windows 11 in this game don't really get along very well. There's some micro stutters that I noticed throughout my playthrough that I thought maybe it was just my hardware, but it seems to be pretty common through the community. So I don't think it's enough that a casual would really notice, but since I've played so many games, I can kind of
Hmm.
pick up on that sort of shit. And never really got. I mean, it was always kind of around at certain times. Wasn't really that distracting, but it's something to mention. And then
Yeah.
there's a bug where you lock onto an enemy and they'll either teleport away or you'll kill them. And sometimes your lock animation will stay locked, and it kind
Yep.
of fucks with you a little bit. You just kind of have to wait out the bug until it unlocks itself to.
It eventually fixes itself,
Yeah.
but yeah, I ran into that a couple times as well.
Yeah, but those are the only real complaints that I have. I love the rots, as Jason said. They're fucking adorable, so it makes you want to just go out and grab them all, and it makes you almost feel bad for not finding them. But you find them and they look up at you and give you a big old cheesy smile with their little teeth.
Yep.
And Jason mentioned Studio Ghibli, kind of reminds me of that. And I don't know
Yeah.
if you mentioned that, but you mentioned
I did on
Yeah.
the version that we didn't record.
Yeah.
So
yeah. So bringing that up again, he got vibes from that, and I can see that totally.
for sure.
And yeah, I mean, I think visually this game is super striking. As Jason said, it is a very Pixar stylized type of game, but the open world, I think they had a great, I mean, this treehouse village type of environment that they crafted here looks tremendous. The lighting is really nice. And thematically, it's just really cool. I know that Jason, basically, he had mentioned a game called Spiritfarer. I'm curious if this is resemblant of that at all, because I brought this up when you had talked about Spiritfarer, because the thematic themes of the games are very similar, but did you see a relation there, or was I just talking bullshit?
I
No.
don't. I see where you were going
Yeah.
with that, but I mean, it's a completely different type
Yeah.
of game.
Yeah.
There's just a lot different stuff going on in that game. But I can see where you got it from. You're basically trying to get people to their spirit realm, and that is what you're doing in Spiritfarer. You're just doing it completely differently.
Yeah. Thematically, narratively, somewhat similar.
Yes.
But yeah, it's a beautiful game. It came out in 21. Just came out on the Switch 2 a couple months ago. Maybe not even at this point.
Not even.
Yeah, it's very recent.
Just
on the
last
Switch
month.
2.
Yeah.
Yep. And Jason said it ran very well for him. He didn't notice any performance dips. He said when we talked about this, maybe it was an hour ago, maybe it was at break. We don't know. You guys don't know. He mentioned he thinks it's running kind of at the Switch 2's exclusive 45 FPS, maybe.
Yeah,
but
it's so weird.
Yeah, it's hard to tell. He said with the frame pacing, though, it feels great. That's awesome to hear.
It does.
Obviously, on PC and modern consoles, it runs just as it should.
Yeah.
And honestly, it took me 13 hours to beat. I'm happy with that length. I know that Scars of Cosmora seems to be going more towards maybe an open world. That's got me a little nervous. I think that.
Yeah.
I think Go ahead.
Go ahead.
No, go ahead.
No, I typically like open world games.
Yeah.
You not so much. However, I do really like the way that this game is built. I liked the kind of central hub area with like these paths that kind of branch off of it. So it's not like open world in the sense that you can go from like one path to the next, but you can go back to your hub and then branch out. I think that works really well in this. So
I do too.
like Cam said, he's a little nervous on the open world. I kind of am too. I'm sure it'll be fine, but I do really like this kind of like path system that's in this game. Kind of it's in between like an open world and a linear style game is how
it really is.
So
and like I said, my playtime was 13 hours, and I felt that was pretty spot on for what mechanically was on offer here. I know that Cosmora is probably going to do a lot more things. We mentioned that Ember Labs, I believe this might be one of their first projects in the gaming space.
I think it is.
So there's going to be new mechanics to add length in Scars of Cosmora, but if it would have went too much longer, to be honest, I might have got a little tired of it. I'm not going to lie. So I'm a little nervous about the new one. That being said, I think the new one looks really cool, and I'm very happy that Jason got the opportunity to play this since it came out on Switch 2, and we were both able to get kind of hands-on here before the new one comes out. And ultimately, it's just a really fun game. I really enjoyed it. I would say for now, it's kind of in my top 10 hunt for the end of the year. I enjoyed it pretty sufficiently. The final boss, as Jason mentioned, is a bitch though, so I'm very excited for follow-up conversations with him on the final boss, because it's going to be fun to talk about on a future episode if he gets there. So
I'm definitely finishing this one, and I will I will have that conversation with you because I'm enjoying this quite a
Yeah,
bit.
yeah,
So
yep. And from what we talked about, he's relatively close. So we'll
yeah,
see. A cool game. I really recommend it if you haven't checked it out. Definitely do so. I think you would not be disappointed with this one.
nope, nope. It's
So
a lot of fun.
hell yeah, $39.99, modern consoles, including the Switch 2 and PC. Well worth your time if you have time. I even think the narrative pacing is pretty decent, to be honest. This is
Oh yeah,
it's a very solid game. I'm really happy
yeah.
with it. Really happy with it.
For
So
sure. And like real quick before we move on, like
yeah,
I really like, especially if this is their first title, like you can see where they can go with this. Like
yep.
it's a very solid first. So
Mm-hmm.
I with this Scars of Cosmora, coming out, I think they're just gonna take this and just expand
Yep.
quite a bit. So I'm really not that I'm
Yeah.
nervous about what they can do. So
Yeah, I mean that's the point I was trying to get across. I'm sure there'll be things changed, but like for what this game was, it felt like the perfect length
yes.
for what I wanted. So, um, yeah, I'm excited.
Yeah.
We'll have to
Yep.
wait and see. Games are going to
Yep.
keep coming
We'll
out.
give you guys an
God,
update.
God damn it! So hopefully we can get some follow up conversation on this one in the future. Let's move on. I got Cam's oddity of the week, which I don't know if this is not going to become a series, but I just seem to always have the weird ones. But
I like
PBA
that.
Pro Bowling 26. Developed by Farsight Studios. This is their fourth PBA game that they've ever released, which is I've actually followed every one. I used to be a massive bowler. I used to be a big bowling fan. I bowled leagues and did a bunch of stuff. It's basically the geriatric sport that you can still do in your 30s. You know what I mean? You don't have to be like running around doing anything crazy, and you can still kind of work on something and
Yeah.
see improvement and stuff. And
I've
I
seen
really
some pretty overweight bowlers, so
yeah. I really enjoyed it for that, but I just don't have time with my current occupation, with our job, time or energy
huh,
to go to the lanes. Well, what a
that's
surprise!
weird. Yeah.
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 So I've been following this franchise, and there's not really a way to explain just this game unless I talk about the history. So the first game was PBA Pro Bowling. It came out in 2019, and that game was very basic. It was it's hard to explain. It was very, there wasn't really any progression or anything like that. It was just basically a bowling game where you could just hop in and bowl if you wanted to. And it was very disgustingly monetized to the point that, I have a 7-ball bowling ball arsenal in bags down here that I haven't touched a lane in fucking 3 years, but they're down here. And I was trying to unlock one of my balls that I have to play and use in the video game. And I had played for 12 hours or something like that. And I wasn't even like a fifth of the way. And I had saved every point. I wasn't even a fifth of the way to buying the bowling ball that I wanted. And I was like, what the fuck is the deal here? Then I realized you could just buy it flat outright if you wanted to. And I was like, no, fuck off. So then I stopped playing that after that. But, I still kind of like the game. This is not a game you buy for the gameplay. So it's very strange. It's a very weird game, and we'll talk about it. But anyway, I moved on from PBA Bowling. Then they released PBA Bowling 21. That game fixed a lot of the concerns from the community. They actually had some decent progression. They added a career mode, so to speak. And you actually got compensated for your time in that game and were able to actually build an arsenal, which was pretty fun. But again, as far as like the mechanics, nothing really changed. So to break down the mechanics of this game, you pull back on the right thumbstick to initiate your backswing. You then push the left stick in a direction to add rotation to the ball. You throw it down the lane. Hopefully hit the pocket and get a strike. That's pretty much it. And that was all that you could do in the first two games. And then 23 came out. 23 was an improvement on 21, being that the progression systems had been further refined. It was much easier to build an arsenal and just continue to have fun with the game. Yada, yada,
Less
yada.
monetization.
But again, it was very, very much the same. But 26 has had a lot of improvements. 26 is a massively improved game for a number of reasons. One, the progression that we talked about for the prior three is maximally improved, like a significant leap in the right direction. You actually get to create your own bowler in this game, and with that, you're unlocking kind of cosmetics for your bowler, and of course, you're building a ball arsenal. I've played this for about 6 hours. I know I'm a weirdo. I like these types of games, but played
Yeah,
for
no,
about
that's all
6
right.
hours. I've got 50 bowling balls, which so obviously they've done a lot of stuff
Damn.
with the unlocking of things. And like I said, I mean, it's crazy. From the first game, I couldn't even get one new ball, and this game I have 50. So they've clearly listened to the community and have made some changes to that.
Uh-huh.
So that is very, very cool. But I think the biggest change that this game made over the prior three is lane degradation. So to break this down in not a bowling nerds mechanic, or not in a bowling nerds way, I just try to make it simple. Bowling balls have a cover stock on them, reactive bowling balls. So the way that the lane is structured is you have oil on the lane, and that allows your ball to kind of slide down the lane. And then once it hits where there is no oil in the dry spot, depending on the cover stock of your balls, is how quickly the oil that's on your ball rotation axis, it'll rub off faster depending on the cover stock. So once it hits the dry part of the lane, that's when it bites into the lane, hooks in. And your goal is obviously to hit the pocket, which is between the 1 pin and the 3 pin if you're a righty. And they've added lane degradation to this game, which is very cool for those of us that like the really deep mechanics in bowling. So this one definitely leans more on the simulation side than it does on just like a throw a ball down the lane and get strikes type of video game. For those of us that want that experience, I will say the normal degradation that the game starts off with is way too aggressive even for me, so I set that to gradual, which is a much more gradual degradation, so you can run the same line more than twice without it becoming obsolete. And then it does degrade enough so that I still have to make feet adjustments and angle adjustments to accommodate for the degradation, which is very nice. And I think that it's implemented very, very well here. And that's a big change and a massive, I mean, it's a good feature set change from the prior three games. That's a big thing to add to a game. And
Yeah.
I can imagine on the back end hard to program for as well, because it does do a great job of really taking away your line if you want to. And you know, it's just really well done here, and I think that's cool. I mentioned earlier, this is not a game you buy for the mechanics. The mechanics have stayed the same since 2019. Pull back on the thumbstick, add your rotation to the ball, push forward at the right time, throw it down the lane. The prior games had a speed indicator based on when you released the ball, and it was all timing based. This game, you actually have to adjust your speed with the bumpers, so it's a little bit more intricate in that way. So the challenge of the game is not necessarily in its mechanics. It's just finding the right ball angle to hit the pocket. And that'll be a combination of where your feet are positioned, the angle of the shot in relation to the pins, and your speed, which is adjusted through the bumpers. But once you find the lane, once you find the perfect trajectory, you can really start to do damage. And that's really where the game shines. And it's great for lapsed bowlers like myself, because we still get the feeling of cracking pins and getting strikes and stuff from our houses when we can't actually make it to the lanes. And this game has very decent pin physics. It's still a little wonky. I mean, that's really the thing that'll set a good bowling game apart from a Wii Sports, for example, is pin physics. If you've bowled a lot like I have, you understand how pins fall and how they should fall and things like that. This is as close as we can get in video game form for sure. It's not perfect, but it's close. So that's good.
Yeah.
And then they also added candle spin, or candlestick bowling, which you're seeing here if you're watching the video feed, and duck pin. Those come up as just challenges that you can do in your career mode for some extra money. But I thought they were cool. It was a cool inclusion. Those were not in either of the other games, and it's just a fun little thing to do. You don't have to worry about your angle. You don't have to worry about any of that stuff. You just yeet a little tiny ball at these pins and crack them up. So, yeah, that's it. I mean, that's PBA Pro Bowling 26. I would recommend it if you are interested. It is a interesting game, and the progression is good enough that I think you guys would enjoy it as a video game. You are
Yeah.
constantly unlocking stuff and can change your arsenal out and do some fun stuff with it. But yeah, it's one I recommend. And like I said, I always play these games. I just always
Yeah.
do. It's kind of a tradition for me to buy these when they come out. And I like that they release these on kind of a 2 to 3 year cycle. It's not an every year thing. They actually give themselves time to make massive adjustments game over game, which I appreciate.
Yeah.
And this is the biggest step in the right direction that I've seen. So that's
Cool.
PBA Pro Bowling.
Yeah. And you said the last one was 2023?
Last one was 23. Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
So yeah, about a 3-year gap in between. So yeah, we've talked in the past about like enjoying like golf games,
Yeah.
like, whether they be, more sim or arcade,
Mhm.
but neither one of us enjoy the game of golf. Is this something that, someone who's not like a big bowler would enjoy, or would you recommend sticking more to like something more on the arcadey side?
That's tough. I mean, I think that this game could be played by everyone. You're going to have to make some settings adjustments to get it dialed in to where you don't have to worry about lane degradation. So I would recommend if you're not a big bowler, turn lane degradation off, because you're going to have challenge just trying to find your feet position and your angle position and your speed adjustments that are required to hit the pocket. And you should focus on that aspect, because there is some complications in there. It is fun to try to find the pocket and learn the sport, because if you're off, for someone that's like me that's bowled a lot, I can kind of tell how, when the ball strikes the pins, if it washes out to the right, then I know I threw it too soft and I need to make some adjustments with my feet and with my angle to try to get it sharper into the pocket to kind of wipe them out. That just comes from bowling knowledge. But if you're a newbie, this is going to be all hard to understand, because there are times where you hit the pocket, but you just don't hit the pocket hard enough. So you'll kind of come into the pocket at a narrow angle and it'll wash out the back. And you have to learn that kind of thing as you're playing the game. And of all the PBA games that they've released, this is definitely the most enjoyable one for anyone to be able to get into, because of the progression. As I mentioned, it's a game it's constantly dripping you with new stuff and things like that. So yeah, I mean, this game leads more towards sim, though, I would say. I mean, it's definitely, I can see people getting a little frustrated with it if they're not really familiar with the sport, because you do have to kind of think like a bowler to be successful.
Yeah.
And maybe not. Maybe I'm just over analyzing my own knowledge of the sport that I'm implementing and injecting it into this, and maybe I'm just talking out of my ass. I don't know, to be honest. But I'm definitely thinking of, oil patterns and angle and all of that. I'm thinking
But that
about
stuff is in there if you want it to be,
Right.
but if you are more casual, it sounds like you can tweak some things to have.
Yeah, I mean,
How do I put this?
You can have an enjoyable time. So
Right.
Lane degradation, to break it down, it basically makes your ball's lane dry. So your ball will hook more aggressively earlier in the shot. It'll fuck up the trajectory of your ball. So you want to try to find a spot with fresh oil to kind of keep your ball going in the right direction. If you turn that off, essentially, if you are able to find the pocket, you can keep throwing that line over and over again. And as long as your thumbstick movements are correct, you'll get a strike every time if there's oil on that pattern. So if you turn it off, you can hit a lot of strikes. But if you are a big bowler, there's, like I said, it's designed to be kind of in depth in that way. And I will say as well, in the prior games, it was almost impossible to fuck up your shot. Like if you back swung and pushed forward, you couldn't like mess up your release. In this game, you actually can mess up your release. So if you push it a little too far to the right or the left on your frontward swing, it'll actually change the way the ball hits the lane, and it could fuck it up. So there's some mechanics in there that are cool and new. It's hard for me to say. This game is set up like a sim.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So if you're looking for a bowling arcade game, I wouldn't recommend this. If you're a guy that yearns for the crack of pins like me, this game does it for me very, very well. Um, fuck, I don't.
That's cool.
Yeah,
Yeah, no,
it's like trying to recommend the new F1 game to a non-racing person. You know what I mean? Like it's
that'd be
very
tough.
that's where I'm
Yeah.
at with this. I mean, just but maybe
Okay, that makes
again
sense.
I'm overthinking it. It could be more simple, and I just think I'm super smart. We could talk bowling oil.
It's hard to
I don't
take your
know.
brain out of that like bowler mentality.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I think they're doing a lot of great things. Farsight Studio is a weird case. They're such a weird dev. They've been around since '88.
I'd never heard of them.
They released a stinky game called Action 52. If you watch retro gaming content creators like AVGN and things like that have all covered Action 52, it's an absolute stinky pile of crap. But that was back on the NES. They're still making games to this day. Visually, not great here. It's not what it's about.
Okay.
It's just a bowling game for bowlers, and if you want to check out the sport of bowling without going and buying a $300 reactive bowling ball, this is a good way to do it too. Yeah. So,
hey man, you don't always need the best graphics. Look how well Wii Bowling did.
Dude, Wii Bowling, definitely the best Wii Sports sport in there.
The sport, yeah,
it was so
I think
much
that's
fun.
the one I played the most.
So much fun, but fun game. I would recommend checking it out. There is multiplayer. The career mode's in depth. It's fun if you like bowling. So, you know what would be really cool?
What?
A virtual bowling league. That'd be fucking cool.
That would be cool. There's I can't remember the name of it. There's a VR bowling game that I play every once in a while when I feel like putting on my VR.
I think
which
I played
is
it.
pretty
It
rare.
stinks.
Oh, does it?
Stinks.
I can't remember but it's kind of. I mean, my daughter and I would play it, and she just mess with because it's online. There's other players.
Yeah.
Like
maybe
and
haven't
she'd
played
like
this one.
she'd like wave her remote, and it would like go in front of the player next to her, and like they'd like look over at her and like shake their hand. I mean, it's online. I just don't think there's like leagues. I think everyone's just kind of playing their own game of bowling. I cannot remember what it's
There's a game called Premium Bowling. And there's 4VR Bowl. Forever Bowl. I think I played Forever, the FORE VR Bowl.
I don't think that's the one.
It had some weird physics. It's just it's hard for me because there's no weight, so I'm like expecting weight. There's no weight.
Yeah,
so
there's no weight.
It just feels weird.
It's just it was just fun that like you'd hop into like there'd be 8 lanes and there'd be someone actually playing on each one of them.
Yeah. That's cool. I don't know about that one. I need to learn. I think it might be premium. Well, I need to check out Premium Bowling. Anyway.
Yeah.
Did you ever fuck around with PlayStation Home?
No, wait, is that where
that was like the social
Yes, I did.
On PlayStation?
Yes, I did.
There was a bowling alley in there. Holy
apartment and yeah.
Dude, I spent so much time in the
I forgot about
PlayStation Home bowling app.
Yeah.
That was always full, and there's always people talking about people's moms and shit in there. It's fucking crazy. It's fucking crazy. That was a wild tangent. Anyway, check it out if you're interested. $39.99, modern consoles, PC, and Switch.
Awesome. Yep, I saw this on the eShop.
Another one brought to you by another weird one, but I love my weird ones.
Hey, man,
Jason's got a little bit of a niche one too to follow up, so let's go ahead and head over to that.
Let's move on. Okay, so I want to start this one off by saying this version I've been playing on the Switch. So it's a Switch 1 version, but I'm playing it on my Switch 2 because there is not a Switch 2 version of this game. I wouldn't recommend the Switch version of this game. I have seen this on running on the other platforms, and it looks way better than the Switch version does. I honestly, I don't see any reason why this can't look better than it does. But I started it. I still enjoyed it. I started playing through it, and now I'm to the point where it's like I'm just sticking with it because it still plays fine. It just could definitely, look better. And I've actually been in contact with the developers through just Twitter, X, whatever the hell you want to call it, and they've actually responded to some of my stuff, and I basically just said that I love your game. I love the gameplay. I love what you've done here. Can we make the Switch version run a little bit better, look a little bit better, and they responded a couple times, we're working on patches and this and that, but we'll see. I don't know. I'm still it's still a fun game. I just wish the Switch version ran better. But anyway, I didn't even mention the name of this game. This is called Formula Legends, and it is a Formula 1 style arcadey simcade style racing game. Uh Visually, it's very like almost cartoony in
Mhm.
a way. The cars look they're all very like short and stubby and stuff, but the gameplay is more on the sim side. It's tough. Um, you have to, you know, watch your corner. You have to hit the apexes of the corners. You have to watch your speed into the corners. You have to brake at the right time. And if you don't, you're going to get passed. Like a lot. So I there's multiple difficulties obviously. So it I'm saying it's tough because I'm playing it in a tougher mode because I like racing games. I really love Formula One, and this is like a kind of a love letter to Formula One. It's very cute, but don't judge it by its look. It can be a tough game, and the cool thing about this is it's Formula One throughout its entire history. So it starts in the 50s. So you got the 50s style, very old school, big open wheel type cars. And then it goes through the 60s, 70s, 80s up until current day. So you you can start wherever you want. I started in the 50s because I wanted to just play through this, and watch the generation basically or watch the sport improve throughout its generations. So, um yeah, what was I going to say? I lost my train of thought. But anyway, it it's very it is tough. I feel like I need to get back to that. You can change the difficulty if you don't want to, but even on like very easy, if you're not watching your corners and stuff, you're still going to get past because you still have to try to maintain, you know, the correct, racing line and stuff to stay on track. It does not have like like a racing line assist. You just kind of have to know kind of where you're supposed to be and stay in that. As you do progress through each one of the races, the track, like in real Formula One, lap after lap, your rubber is wearing off the tires, and you can see that on the track. So you can kind of over time kind of see where the racing line is supposed to be. It's just your job to maintain it by properly braking, properly decelerating at certain times. So it's got a cool. There's multiple different viewpoints too, so you can race like first person, slightly behind the car. You can even pull it all the way up to like almost like a isometric micro machine style racing game. I don't recommend it, but you can do it if you want. There's a very cool kind of pit uh, mini game in a sense. You basically fly into the pits. You have to basically do like this little quick time thing to basically change your tires. You can also repair your vehicle and refuel it. The refueling kind of only is important through like the 70s. Kind of after that, they've kind of designed these cars to really not need to be refueled during races. So eventually, you'll just be concentrating more on the health of your vehicle essentially. And then once you get all those quick time things done and you get your car repaired, you click in both of the thumbsticks to quickly exit, and then you're back out on the track. There is a weather cycle in it too, so you could be 10 laps into a 20 lap race and it starts raining. You may have just come in to change your tires, but you're going to want to go back in again and put on your wets, or you're going to be sliding all over the place.
Very cool.
So yeah, it's very cool. I just wish it ran a little bit better on the
Yeah.
Switch, but don't if if you have a PlayStation, PS5, Xbox, or whatever, and this looks good enough to you, get it there because I've seen it and it looks amazing.
Yeah.
So
Oh yeah.
yeah, just a fun racing game. I'm a big Formula One fan, and it's a like I mentioned at the beginning, it's like a love letter to Formula One. It's all through all the different eras, and like there's tracks that had started that to this day that Formula One is raced on, and it was also raced on in the 50s. And the cool thing that they do is like when you're racing in that era, it's the track looks like it did then. Very like, just regular like bleacher setup on the side. There's like people standing off, on the side watching the race and stuff. Well, you can race that same track in today's cars and the whole track is completely different. Like the layout's the same, but it's all modernized and stuff and all these giant barriers and stuff all over the place, obviously for safety. So it's little touches like that that I think are really cool in
Oh yeah.
this. These developers are Formula One fans
Mm-hmm.
for sure. So
Yeah.
yeah, Formula Legends,
I
fun.
fucking love that. I mean, like I said, I love these projects. I mean, you can feel the devs' passion
Hmm.
through and through throughout every
100%.
aspect of this game. And Formula One has been around for so long, and it's just really cool to have a game that allows you to kind of go back and experience the evolution of the sport. It's very cool. I mean, I would love to see this
Yep.
done for a ton of sports. I think this is a brilliant idea. And yeah, as Jason said, it's clearly not the prettiest game on Switch, but
No.
it's not all about that. It's much more important gameplay over graphics for me.
I
Graphics
mean,
are great, but it's not
it
the most important
runs
thing.
fine.
Yeah,
It just could definitely look better, and I know that it could. Like
yeah,
this, I don't. It's not all that demanding. They could definitely do some tweaks to make this run a little
hmm
bit better, or make
yeah,
a Switch 2 version. So
yeah, yeah. Very cool. You told me on break that the
yep,
at the start of each race you get to select your tire compounds between hards, wets,
yep,
softs, depending on the decade of the vehicle. You also have
yep,
that selection during pit stops. You can change your tire
yep.
compounds. um, and you mentioned also during our break conversation that um, the devs are very much on top of this game. They're updating it very
Oh yeah,
frequently.
yep.
You want to go into that a little bit?
Yeah, so they actually just released I think last week or maybe the week before the current era of Formula 1. So the 2026 regulations for Formula 1 were a pretty hot topic if you're into uh Formula 1. They changed a lot of things. It's kind of a 50-50 battery and power unit. So I don't know. It's we're a few races into the new season and everyone's still kind of like I'm not sure how I feel about this. So,
Mm.
but anyway, the devs went in and updated it with the current basically the current car. So, which is cool because like then you do have to it kind of changes the gameplay style. Like if you're like in the older generations, you're just like gas, brake, hit those corners and stuff. Now you're worried about your um well, last year there was DRS. They call it WRS in this, which is a an basically an active aerodynamics. So you can raise and lower your rear wing. And then with the 2026 regulations, you can still raise and lower your rear wing, but you can also activate your front wing. So you have
Ooh.
to, yeah, it gets pretty like when I hop back in after the update and I wanted to jump right into the current car, I was like, oh boy, there's a lot more to think about. You when you get into these straights, you activate your arrow so that it drops the wings down and provides a faster straight line speed. But then when you get to those corners, you have to deactivate them, pop your wings back up so that it catches more air and helps you into the corners. So I just thought that was cool. Like it, you can have the game do it for you automatically when you hit those straights. the wing automatically pops. When you start braking, the wings readjust. I kept it on manual because I love that kind of
Yeah,
shit, like popping,
that's fucking
because
cool.
not only do you shift, but then you also have to worry about your wings. You have to worry about your battery. Your battery recharges during braking, so there's just a lot more involved in
Mhm.
it too. So yeah, they've been kind of continuously updating this game since it released last year sometime. So
That's awesome. You just
yeah,
taught me something.
yeah,
I had played F1. It's the last one I played, 23 or something. I
okay.
knew about DRS. I didn't know what the fuck it actually did. So that's really cool. You teaching me something. I didn't know it was
Oh, there you go.
active. I didn't know it was
Basically active
active
aerodynamics.
aerodynamics.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's fucking
yeah,
sick. And
yeah.
god
It's
damn, these
cool,
things are
and
so like fucking futuristic. They're gonna be flying pretty
fucking
fucking soon.
it's a spaceship,
Yeah,
man.
no, it's fucking
It is
crazy.
crazy, and you see these young kids joining the
Uh
sport, and they're hopping in there, and they're like, you got the steering wheel that looks like a freaking
huh.
yeah,
It's like a
like
rectangle steering wheel type of
like
thing,
a
isn't it? Yeah,
NASA
yeah,
control board.
yeah.
It's got so many buttons and stuff on it, and they're just figuring out how to do all that stuff too. And another funny thing too is it's not a licensed F1 game, so it doesn't
Mm-mm.
have like real drivers. However, what it does is pretty funny actually. It takes like the drivers, the real drivers, and tweaks their names. So like I don't know, just Lewis Hamilton is a pretty famous F1 driver. In this game, he is Louis Hamilton, and then there's
Mm-hmm.
like, there's all kinds of different names. They just tweak them, and same with like the car brands. Like Ferrari is Forenzo, McLaren is McLaren. So I mean, you can tell who they're supposed to be. They
Yeah,
just don't have the license. So they just
yeah,
a funny way of still incorporating that into this. So
absolutely, dude. I've been
yeah,
on the edge of getting into this fucking sport because of how much you've talked about it. Um,
yeah.
just really cool.
It's just very interesting, and it's very like there's always stuff going on, and there's always talks, and these teams are fighting and stuff, and
Yeah,
it's fun,
for
and it's a
sure.
crazy sport.
It is. I've
You're
always
going
thought.
140 around corners.
Yeah,
It's nuts.
I will say as a casual, like as someone that likes racing but watched F1 very sparingly, it just seems almost
Yeah.
like a if you don't know like the intricacies of the sport, it is kind of a boring watch, in my opinion. Just
Mhm.
because, like you said, these things are basically spaceships and they're very fragile. So like
Yes.
it's
Oh yeah, I didn't
from
even touch on that in this.
every time that I watch F1, it's like, man, these guys are fucking flying, but they're pussies. So like I want to see some action, but you can't do that in this sport.
But you
So
can't. The cars are
yeah,
fucking $5 million a piece. It's
yeah,
ridiculous.
yeah. So that's cool. Fuck, I'm gonna have to start watching F1. I think, god damn it.
It's a lot of fun. But yeah, so like I mentioned in this that you do have like the condition of your vehicle can go down, but it's not realistic in a sense that in real F1, if you bump up next to someone, there's a 99% chance you're out of the race. Like that
yeah,
something's gonna break. You can't fix them during the race. You're out. I just hit the wall in this. If you're watching yeah, I'd be out. My front wing would be busted, and it's race over. So it's not like that. Like you can't, you can still hit walls. You can still bounce up against other, drivers. You just can't do that in real
of course
F1.
not.
So
Of
it's still
course not.
that's the arcadey side of it. And
Yeah,
even I play F1, 26, and that I have to be a lot more like you cannot bump up next to anyone or you're out. So
I might have to fucking get into this motherfucker. I have to get into this motherfucker.
yeah, boy, I don't know.
Um, what do you mean you don't know? You don't want another
Well,
fan of your goddamn sport?
no, I do, but I don't want you to to go in and then be like, nah, I don't like it.
I know. I just wouldn't like it. That's fine. Everybody's got different strokes for different folks. I think
Yeah,
I
for
would
sure.
like it. I got a
I
question
think you would.
for you.
Yeah.
Not related to gaming, but why do you think it's so hard for F1 drivers to transition to NASCAR? Has there been a success story?
Well,
Like, I mean, the most recent example is what's the lady's name that fucking sucked in
oh,
fucking NASCAR?
Danica.
Yeah.
Well, that's a whole different thing. So I think one of the biggest things is I don't think it's necessarily hard for an F1 driver to go into NASCAR, most F1 drivers don't want to go into
That's fair.
NASCAR.
Yeah.
They look down on NASCAR.
Oh, okay.
I, if a current F1 driver hopped into NASCAR, I have no doubt that they would do very well.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not saying they're going to jump in and win right away, but they would
Right.
do just fine. They just don't want. I mean, F1 is a very like it's a rich man's sport. I mean, it's a very 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 expensive sport. Like I would never come close to like being in it anywhere involved in F1. I just enjoy, watching it, but it is very kind of prestigious and some of these teams and these drivers uh, do kind of have their nose up in the air a little bit. I mean, I still enjoy it, but like they even look down on like IndyCar because it's like, nah, it's just not as tough. It's not as challenging. So I
I
just
gotcha.
think I don't think any driver would have an issue going into any other form of racing. Most of them just don't want to. They work their entire career, their life to get to Formula 1.
Mm-hmm.
That is the hardest thing to get into. There's currently 22 drivers in the world that race in Formula 1. Yes, there's reserve drivers and stuff too, but like you want that seat and it is hard to get that seat. So once they have it, everything else seems like a step down.
Why is it so
So,
hard to get access in the States to this sport? I mean, is it
well,
because like we get shoved NASCAR down our throat, which is some people like it. That's cool. NASCAR is a completely different form of racing. It's draft
totally.
based and
Yep.
very, very different than this. And I didn't know
Mhm.
that. Like you're informing me of shit that I've been curious about that I love.
Oh,
Uh, if this is the pinnacle of sports, why do we have to have its own dedicated subscription service? This shit is
I know.
not broadcast anywhere. I mean, I'm sure it is
I
other places.
It is. Sky Sports is available in like Europe and all those other places, and it is just a lot more. It's the same as like soccer. You know what I mean? Like
Well,
soccer is
soccer's
the
fucking
world's,
lame.
but soccer is also the world's number one sport.
Fair.
Like we just
We have
don't love
football.
it as much here. Right.
Yeah.
They have football, but
Football.
it's
Yeah.
actually played with their feet.
Yeah.
Um but yeah, I think it's just as far as like the states go, it's just not as popular. Um I don't know why. I couldn't tell you why. There's 3 races in the United States
Mm-hmm.
of F1. That is more than I mean, if you want to consider like Europe, there obviously there's more there, but like when you're talking about the states as a continent, there's we're the only one that has 3 races during the F1 season that's in our
I know. I
continent.
just can't believe it's not just fucking
I
on
know.
TV. Why
Just on
like
I don't know.
you either subscribe to F1 right to get the races or
Yep.
what do you?
Yep.
Is it on?
Well, so this year is the first year that you can watch it on if you have Apple TV.
Okay, that's right.
You can watch all the F1 races on that, and it's cheaper that way. But yeah, like last year, my brother and I just split the F1 TV subscription and just watched them on there. But now we both
Apple
have Apple
TV.
TV, so we just dropped that, and now we're just watching them on Apple. So
So fucking weird.
yeah, it is. It is
Anyway,
weird.
do you know the history
Yeah.
of F1?
I'm trying to get into it a little bit more. I really only became like a big fan over the last couple years. I've been a casual fan like you said you were. But
I mean,
so
a
what had
casual
actually happened
viewer. I'm
was
not really a fan. But
casual viewer,
yeah.
sure. But that's kind of how I was. I looked at it and I'm like, that's cool. These cars are fast, looks fun. But like we watched, I credit my wife for
Mm.
really getting me into the sport. She watched this documentary a couple years ago on this up and coming kid. He was only 16. His name's Kimi Antonelli.
Mm-hmm.
Currently, as of this season, he's the number one driver.
Damn.
But it was a big deal to like sign this kid into F1 at 16 years old. And this documentary was fantastic, and it really went into the intricacies and stuff of the sport. And I was like, this is so much more. There's so much more to the sport than I thought. It is so much cooler than I thought. So ever since then, it's just our whole family's love of the sport has just skyrocketed. My 11-year-old could tell you every driver, every team, from the past few years. She knows the cars inside and out. I mean, it's just we've all just kind of like got sucked into this world.
No,
So
that's fucking awesome. The documentary is called
yeah,
The Seat on
the
Netflix.
seat.
Um,
It's really good.
I have to watch it.
Mm-hmm.
I could talk to this. I could talk to you about this forever. Where's Formula E in relation to F1?
So Formula E is obviously just it's 100%
Electric.
electric vehicle. Um, so it's different. A lot of people are starting to say that with this 50-50 now with F1, they're like, I might as well just watch Formula E because it's like the same thing. So I'm curious to see kind of where it goes
Yeah.
from here. A lot of people are giving F1 shit this year because of the new regulations. Nobody really understands why they changed it, but whatever. Formula E is just an all electric vehicle. I haven't watched a whole lot of it, but it's just a
I mean, how does it compare? I
uh,
mean, is it like the Busch series to the Cup series, like sort of
kind
thing?
of.
Okay,
Yeah,
we gotta move
yeah.
on.
I mean,
Move on.
there's I know. Well, there's Formula E drivers that would love to get into F1. Everyone essentially
What's F1?
would love to get into F1.
Okay,
That's
I
kind of
got you.
like the top. So
That makes sense. I am sorry for
yep.
that tangent. Holy shit
No, I
on a
like it,
shingle. No,
dude.
I could talk about this
I
forever. I'm
so could
super
I.
interested. I just wish I could fucking watch it with I can probably go on to some sketchy websites and watch it.
But the thing is too is like, I mean, if you start and you do pay attention, if you're like us at all, it sucks you in.
Mm-hmm.
So
Fuckers. All right,
yep,
Formula Legends, $19.99. Good price for this. A lot of content in here.
there is a lot.
God damn, this is like the technical show. We got bowling terminology and we got an F1 just breakdown.
I was going to say that when I introduced this, I was like, well, we're going from one sport to another.
Yeah. Cool stuff. Check this game out. And again, I mentioned it, but I just love this project. It's not really for me. I'm just going to, but I love racing games, but just the passion being put into a video game by these guys. It may not be the most high-tech, high-quality, high-class thing of all time, but support these guys. This is fucking sick that they're doing it and that they made something, and seems like it's very good.
It's very good.
Moving on from there, going to have a kind of a brief discussion on Dispatch. I have to kind of tiptoe around a little bit with this because I know this is on Jason's to get to list, and I don't want to spoil anything. And on top of that, you know, the further and further that I get in this game, everything I say would be a spoiler. So it's very hard to discuss this game. Basically, if you're not familiar, this game is made by Ad Hoc, who is kind of a breakaway team from old Telltale. So it's got some Telltale vibes to it, but it's essentially a mature, adult-themed superhero story where you play as Robert Robertson III, who is essentially just he's essentially just a human being, but he built a suit and he goes by Mecha Man, and when he gets in the suit, he becomes a superhero. One of the biggest superheroes. Robert Robertson III is the third Robert Robertson. His grandfather created a Mecha Man suit. His father created a Mecha Man suit. And now he's made, well, basically, his grandfather died in the suit. His father got killed in the suit. And then Robert Robertson III used his life insurance money and basically his inheritance and everything that he had to build a third suit to protect his family. At the beginning of this game, in the pilot episode, you confront your dad's killer, but things don't go well for you, and you break your Mecha Man suit breaks. So then you're basically left with nothing, no money, you got no options, you're just kind of fucked, so to speak. So during this like transition period, a superhero by the name of Blonde Bomber comes to you, basically rescuing you as you're getting beat up on the ground by a bunch of thugs. And offers you a proposition to become a dispatcher at the SDN, which is a superhero dispatch network. With this proposition, you know, you get put on as a dispatcher, and SDN tells you that if you do this work for them, they will start to repair and work on the Mecha Man suit to get it operational again. So he kind of has no choice. He's got nothing else going for him at this point, and this is the one way he can get his suit back. So he starts taking this job as the dispatcher. So this game, there was rumors flying around that this was originally pitched as a TV show for Netflix. That is not true from the research that I did. I looked into
I did
it.
not realize that.
Yeah, I looked into it because in the first 10 minutes of this game, you get fucking dick and balls right in your face, like immediately in your face. It's like, holy shit. Yeah. So I was like, man, I can see why if they pitched that as a pilot to Netflix, they might not want it. But so I was just curious on how it all played out, but I learned it was never really intended to be a show. It had basically started, it had started development prior to COVID, went on a hiatus for a while, and then picked up, and finally it's out. So that's kind of the story behind it. But it's very mature tones, super mature tones, and the way the game narratively is told is through an episode arc. So, you know, you get a sizzle reel kind of at the beginning of each episode, and then as the episode comes to an end, you get a hook to basically bring you back for the next episode.
Yeah.
Which, as someone that doesn't watch a lot of TV or anything like that, this is very potent for me. It's very hard for me to find a breakaway point because I could just kind of keep going because this story is very good and I'm about 4 episodes in and it's hooking me and I'm fucking hooked. I really enjoy this game. I mean, I'm going to call it a game in quotes. There's not much game here. You do have the gameplay is all Telltale style narrative choices. You know, you basically have to respond with 3 different choices. And those choices do have consequences and things like that. But none of them have really come through all the way for me yet, but I know they're going to. Basically, if you make a choice, you'll see a little icon at the top if it was an important decision that'll say, Blonde Bomber will remember that, or everyone will remember that, or whatever. So you kind of know the really important and impactful ones that you're making. Some of them don't have that pop-up, so they're just kind of throwaway lines, but you'll know when you made a decision that will actually impact the story later. So that's part of the gameplay. The other part of the gameplay is the dispatching. So I feel like I've not heard anyone talk about that aspect of the game much, so I'm going to try to break it down as best as I can, but it's hard to do, so I'm going to try to keep it concise or try to make it understandable. You go in, you have this little map of your district, and you are the dispatcher for SDN's Z team, which is essentially, you know, there's the A team, which is the best team, B team, and you got the fucking the shitters. Basically, you have a group of former supervillains that are working for SDN to try to change their life, so to speak, but they're still fucking asshats. So you're trying to basically work with these kind of no-gooders and to use their evil powers for good. So you have this overview of the map, and these exclamation points will pop up on the map. You go, you click on it, it'll give you a description of the call out. So it could be anything from a fight at the college campus that's in your district, or, you know, all the way down to a granny needs to cross the street type of thing and she can't get across. And you have to basically use your roster of superheroes and you have to look at their stats. So it'll come up with this hexagon basically, and then there's a spot in the hexagon that'll show what that specific hero is capable of or good at doing or whatever it may be. So you want to try to assign the right superhero to the job, but it always gets to a point where there's so many calls coming in that you're going to inevitably have to send someone on a job that they're maybe not quite suited for, and you just got to hope it goes well. So to break down successes or failures of callouts, if you send enough, or if you send the right heroes out, or enough heroes, I should say, depending on how you structure it, and at the end of the call out, it'll show you the hexagon, just like your character skill tree, but it'll show what that call out called for. So it'll give you like a little teal section, and that was what the call out called for. If you encompass that with your hero's abilities, it's a 100% success rate. You just successfully completed the call out. But in those situations where you have to send someone maybe not quite suited for it, but you didn't really have a choice, you had to get someone to the call, it'll overlay like that teal thing that it called for over your orange box, and it'll send a little ball and it'll bounce around, and if the ball lands in your hero's skill fucking shape, it'll be a
Yeah.
success. If it doesn't, it'll be a failure. Successes at the end of the shift give you experience to unlock perks and things like that that'll make dispatching easier, or so on and so forth. If you fail, you just lose experience. So that's kind of the progression within the kind of gameplay, so to speak.
Right.
On top of that, there are hacking mini games. If you're watching the video version, this is a hacking mini game here. But the only way I can really explain it is one of the first call outs that you take in the game is you do like a normal shift, and then there's one call out. We have to go to Granny's donut shop because someone broke in, and Granny is a subscriber to SDN for full-time coverage. So you got to send someone over there. So you send Invisigal, who, as a villain, her name was Invisibitch. I mean, this game doesn't pull any punches. It literally does not pull punches at all. So anyways, you send Invisigal over there to kind of assess the situation. It kind of takes you out of the dispatch mode and transitions into a cinematic cutscene, so to speak.
Yeah.
And she gets there, and then Granny's like laying on the ground. You find out Granny's actually a dude with a mustache, but he's like laying on the ground with fucking glazed all over his body and shit. It's just a weird scene to come across. But she's like, what the hell do I do? And then, you obviously tell her to check his pulse and things like that. But something just feels off. So Robertson III hacks the building and gets access to the security cameras. And during the to get access to the security cameras, you have to do the hacking minigame, which is just basically take the ball through this little path, and you get to these points where you have to input a button combination to unlock the path, and you just kind of go through. That gets more complex as the game goes on, but that's just a basic understanding of how that works. But then you hack the cameras, you find out there's still a supervillain in the donut shop, and then I'm not going to spoil it, but shit goes from there.
Okay.
But shit goes from there. So there is some things, but that's it for gameplay. Making dialogue choices, doing the dispatching, doing the hacking stuff. Nothing yet that I've come across in my playthrough, but it's enough to be interesting. I'm enjoying the story way more than the gameplay, but I did talk to one of our coworkers, Devin. He loved the dispatching aspect of this game, thought it was amazing, so I'm sure he just fucking loves this game. It's not like I'm dreading the dispatching stuff, but I just really dig this story. I kind of don't like being pried away from it, but it's a fucking game. You kind of have to, but and it's fun. It's fun. The other nice thing this game does, like I mentioned, it's set up in an episode format. So at the end of each episode, you get a credit roll. And then on the side, it gives you stats about the choices that you made throughout that episode, and it compares you with the other people that have played the game. So that's pretty cool, just to kind of see where you're at in terms of choices compared to the overall community. And I struggled with this. I played through the pilot, made like all the wrong choices. I was like all on the lower side of the community, and I was like, fuck, I might have to restart. Like, I don't want my game to be fucked up. So I played it all over again, and ultimately made the same fucking choices. So I don't know. I got over that pretty quick, but it's pretty cool to see that stat stuff. Go ahead.
There's no like right or wrong way. You were just judging your decisions based on okay.
Yeah, there's no right or wrong way. I mean, I'm not. Yeah, if I talk about any of the choices, it's going to go into spoiler stuff. But the game's doing some really, really cool stuff. I will say, I mean, I talked on break. I talked to Jason about the first main choice you have to make, I guess, is you have to cut a member of your team. So that's like the most consequential choice that I've made so far. It's very obvious that character is going to come back, and we're going to have to deal with that at some point. But, it's all of your teammates have relationships and camaraderie and things like that. So the person that I cut was tied closely with someone else. So now I'm trying to rebuild their composure and trust in me because I just fired their friend type of thing. And then, you had to make a choice on who to replace the person you cut. And that was a fun little decision to have to make.
Yeah.
But the game's doing all that sort of stuff. It's designed very well. I'm very interested in continuing it. I'm very much enjoying it. It's just maybe one of the most difficult games to talk about on a podcast
Yeah.
because
To
it's
describe
literally spoilers from episode 1 on. I mean, like, I
a
don't want
TV
to,
show.
yeah, I don't want to ruin anything for anybody. So I try to keep it as
I need to
vague as
play this.
possible, but
Uh-huh.
I would very much recommend it. There was a little bit of controversy around people questionably mistaking this game as a superhero game and buying it for their kids, but if you look at the cover art, it's literally 2 dudes standing at a fucking urinal. The game is rated M for mature. Obviously, don't buy this for your kids. It's a mature rated, very, very adult themed game.
Yeah.
Do with that as you will.
Also don't watch The Boys if you're a kid.
Yeah, seriously.
Yeah.
So obviously, come on, let's just use our brains here. ESRB's been around long enough to know what M means.
Yep.
I would argue, I don't have kids. If a kid was super
But you
young,
can see,
yeah, I mean,
yeah.
if I don't have kids, but obviously, if your kid really wants this and they're underage and you're not a fan of them seeing fucking dick and balls and titties and coochies and all that shit, you can set censors up. I just don't. I think you should maybe turn them away from it until they're older.
Yeah.
This is maybe the only case. Like, I don't like I had access to GTA as a kid. GTA is not that crazy, to be honest. This is like really going there. So just keep that in mind.
So it's funny how you talked about like maybe not loving getting to the actual dispatching minigame part of it. That is what I've heard about this game for forever at this point. Some people really seem to love it. Some people dread it. Like I listened to this one podcast and the guy was like, when he started the game, he was like, "Oh, I didn't really love the dispatching mini game." He said by the time he ended the game, he wished that there was like a second mode where he could just do dispatching over and over and over.
Wow.
He said that ended up being like his favorite part.
Wow.
So,
I mean,
but you're not a huge fan of it, or?
I think it's going to evolve.
Yeah, that's kind of that's what he said too.
But right now it's like right now it's pretty basic, and I just feel like it's taken away from what I really enjoy, which is just what they're doing cinematically.
The story.
Yeah, and I hope it gets there for me. I mean, like I said, I know Devin's a gamer too, and he loved it. So there's something coming, I think, that'll hook me. But I'm fucking sufficiently satisfied with being hooked with the story here too. I mean, I'm really a big fan of what this game is doing, and this is all new content, new territory for me. I didn't watch The Boys, I didn't watch Invincible, I didn't really grow up on superheroes. I'm a fucking doofus, and I grew up on Blue's Clues and fucking Tom and Jerry. You know what I mean? So I didn't grow up with that sort of stuff. So this is like way out of my comfort zone, but I'm happy that I've decided to try it because it's really really hitting me very, very well. And yeah, it's a lot of fun. I'm really digging it. I can't wait for you to get your hands on it so we can talk about it. We're gonna this is gonna be definitely one of those games where, and I'm not rushing you, by the way, I'm just saying it's gonna be fun to have these conversations. This is a great game to be able to talk about once someone else is going along it too, and can kind of
for sure
have conversations about the story and things like that. So this is going to be a really fun game for us to talk about in like the third segment once you start playing, so we can actually go over the story and talk about our decisions and stuff. But until then, we can't really do much with this one. So I'm going to keep kind of working away at it. Honestly, I might fucking wait. Just because, I don't know. Maybe not. We'll see what happens.
No, keep
playing it. So, yeah, that's Dispatch. Yeah, it's cool. Dispatch. I really, really like it. You can get it for $30, $29.99, modern consoles and PC.
Nice.
There you go. Let's move on. Jason's got a quick one here, so let's go ahead and send it over to him for a little bit of niche.
So I've been kind of popping in and out of this game like a little bit here and there for probably a few weeks now. I thought about covering this one like solely like instead of one of the other games that I talked about. But I I found myself having a hard time going back into it. It's very odd, and it's very even odd to describe what it is. But it's called Daemon and Baby, and it's kind of an isometric, uh, almost twin stick shooting with some melee and stuff thrown into it. The story is wild. You're basically you're a demon, and before you run into this baby, who's not a baby, by the way, she's like a toddler, but before running into her and the story kind of changing, you want to be this like ultimate demon king. And in this world, like demons aren't like terrible people. Like he's obviously helping this child. It's just a different universe where demons and gods and angels and stuff, they just kind of cohabitat, they're just different people. But anyway, your friend, I'm guessing, I had a hard time following the story, but basically your friend at the beginning is like dying and wants you to like take care of this child and like leave the child somewhere. I'm not like 100% sure yet where you're taking her. You're basically babysitting her temporarily. I don't know. I've only got a few hours into this, like I said, but uh, yeah. And then in the process of your friend dying, something happens and you lose your like your demon powers. So like you're basically starting back over in hopes to eventually get up to this demon king status that you want to have. But you're kind of sidetracked, and now you're taking care of this kid, or protecting this kid while you take her to wherever you're taking her. So I do plan on still playing this. I just kind of got a little bit lost, and something else came out, and I haven't put as much time into this as I wanted to really cover it fully. I did want to touch on it though. It is a newer game, so I kind of wanted to keep something newer, in this discussion. But it's very interesting. I mean, the gameplay is well done. I mean, it has almost like this weird. I don't know if it's a Souls like thing where you like rest and then all the enemies reset. I don't know if that's like a Souls like thing. But like how Dark Souls or whatever, like you rest at the bonfire, but that'll restore your health, but it'll also bring all the enemies back. This game does
Mm-hmm.
that exact same thing.
Mm-hmm.
So, and it's kind of in a, I guess, kind of an open world, and I think that's part of what's kind of losing me a little bit is just I'm lost. It's open
Mm-hmm.
world, but it's all kind of like corridors and stuff. So I'm trying to figure out how to like get out of this first area to move on, and it's got a nice map and stuff, but like it grays out all the areas that you haven't like unlocked the map for. So like even if you travel into them, some games, that have like a kind of a grayed out map, the more you travel into them, the more the map opens up. This you have to get to a certain point and
Mm-hmm.
hit this thing to like unveil the map. And
Mm-hmm.
I'm having a hard time like finding where to, because I go so far and then the map's all gray, so I can't see where I'm at. So I'm trying to figure out where to get. So yeah, basically I'm just kind of struggling to find my way and to keep playing this. I talk about how I like open world games and stuff. I don't mind getting lost. This is a different type of game though, and
Mm-hmm.
I
Mm-hmm.
don't want to really get lost in this one. So
Yeah.
that's kind of where I'm having some issues with it. But yeah, the gameplay is still fun. Odd, super odd. I don't even know what's fully going on in this game, but
Yeah.
yeah, I just wanted to touch on it.
Yeah. No, I think that's great.
Yeah.
And I made Jason talk about this because it's new, so it's on me. I apologize. I just
I had it
wanted,
on the list and then I
yeah,
dropped it.
I just thought it would be relevant because it's new, and I looked at our analytics, and people found our channel through Damon and Baby, so I thought it.
Oh, no way.
So I just wanted to from your short. I mean, there was like 23 people
Oh,
that searched and found that short
well,
from
still.
searching Damon and Baby. So I just wanted to
Oh, nice.
have it on here. So I kind of forced his hand to talk about it a little bit before he was ready. So I apologize.
Which I don't mind.
I just wanted to cover it a little bit just because it is new. This is not for me. But
Uh,
we'll see what
yeah,
happens with it.
it came out on March 25th, so I mean, it's
Yeah,
still it's pretty new.
it's pretty new, pretty cool. I just we'll maybe hear more. You get back to it
You
when you
will.
get back to it. I mean,
I
it's
will.
not
I
a
will.
priority, but
Right.
just
And it's
appreciate.
cool. Like there's weapon pickups and stuff, which I thought was pretty neat. And there's ammo for each one of your weapons, so it's not like unlimited. The only thing that has like unlimited ammo is like your pistol, which is still pretty powerful. I mean, a lot of times I just stuck with that because I'd run out of like my machine gun ammo or my shotgun ammo and stuff. So it's but it's just weird. You're like this demon, and all of a sudden you're carrying this machine gun around. So it just has a lot of weird
Yeah,
elements. It's very like kind of Japanese in that way, like
yeah,
anime style, where you're just like, I don't know what's going on, but it's fun.
yeah. Hell yeah, seems pretty
So
cool. We'll talk more about
yeah,
this probably in the future. Maybe if not, if that's
we
fine
will,
too.
we will.
All right, cool.
Yeah.
I just want to follow up on Screamer quickly
Oh yeah.
because I ended up rolling credits on that 72 episodes total.
Jesus.
Big ass game. That game's taking a little bit of a negative turn on me at the end though.
Oh
The
no.
the story is great and that's really what's most important to me, but I really was excited to get online and play this game. I don't know if it released too early or what the fuck was going on, but there's one mode and I can't get a full lobby, and that game just came out. So I don't know if it's a mix
Oh.
of people learning the mechanics and doing the story, and because I got early access, I was further ahead than the community, but I couldn't find full lobbies. There's no like multiplayer progression system. Like I'm kind of spoiled by F099, I guess. I don't really play
Yeah.
racing games for multiplayer, so it's hard for me to like adjust my overall
Yeah.
thoughts on it, but it's just
Yeah.
a bummer in its current state because I was looking
Right. You
forward
don't.
to it.
Yeah, you don't normally, like you said, you don't normally play like these types of games online, but this game did something for you where you like were still invested even
Yeah.
at the end, so you
Mhm.
wanted to continue that.
Right.
That's too bad though that
Yeah.
it's not populated. Does it have like if it doesn't have full lobbies, does it have AI racers at all
Yeah,
or
so it fills it with AI on like the hardest difficulty. So it's I don't it just
yeah, it's not the
the
same.
multiplayer just wasn't very enjoyable. I'm gonna check it out a little bit later. So I'm kind of fighting internally with myself on it because it really soured my taste of it, but I loved the campaign. I love the gameplay. I think it's cool. I just, yeah, like you said, I wanted more and I couldn't find it, couldn't have it. So,
Yeah.
I mean, I can mess around with the arcade mode and stuff like that, but
Yeah.
you know, what the fuck's the
Bummer.
purpose? Yeah, so that kind of stunk. Um, Other than that, that's all I had for follow ups. Do you have any follow ups?
Oh,
Anything?
put me on the spot.
Yeah, sorry.
I don't
Pokopia.
think so. Yeah, I haven't really touched Pocopia. I really feel like I need to though because I keep hearing like people talk about it and they're
Mhm.
like, "Oh, just keep going, man, because it just gets more fun."
Yeah.
And I did kind of get over that hump, which we talked about, where I started to click. I don't know if something else came out. I didn't remember, but I need to get back to
Yeah.
Pocopia. Other than that, still kind of poke around and Fallout. I kind of fell off a little bit because it was very cool to have it, kind of handheld and like,
Yeah.
oh yeah, I remember how great this game is. Eventually, though, it kind of gets to where you're like, I have done all this before, so
Yeah.
cat butt,
Cat
um,
butt.
cat butt. So, and there's a couple other, kind of little things I'm popping in and out of, but
Hell yeah.
yeah, that's probably about it.
Hell yeah, baby.
Yeah.
Let's take our first break. Boy, we
Should
should
I
have already done this
take our
fucking shit.
first break?
Yeah, take our first break. We started recording at 5. It's 8 because we had to redo it twice. Fucking hell.
Oh boy.
Take a break. We will be back with the news. Luckily, not too crazy, so it should go relatively quickly since we had a lot of games to talk about this week. So
Yep.
stick around with us, guys. We will be right back.
What's up, guys, and welcome back to the show. We just took our first break, and now we're going to jump into the news section.
Yeah,
So
baby.
the first thing I got here is I, we talk shit about mobile games, but guess what? I've been playing a mobile game. Um, I've been playing a little bit of the Division Resurgence. So this game was announced as coming to um mobile. Oh God, it seems like years ago.
Mhm.
And I'm like, oh, cool. I really enjoyed the Division 1 and 2. I'm like, I'll give it a shot. So I like pre-saved it or whatever you do to like once it releases it downloads, and I checked up on it, here and there over the months and months, and still wasn't available. And then I just kind of forgot. And then just the other day, I got a notification that the Division Resistance downloaded onto my phone. So I was like, oh my God, it's about time. But anyway,
Mhm.
this I just threw in a quick article. Well, one, I just wanted to talk about that I'm playing it and it's
Yeah.
actually kind of fun. But two, um, the developer says that they are very satisfied with the touch controls of a more tactile um, game. So, uh, Tom Clancy, the Division Resurgence executive producer, Fabrice Navrez
Mhm.
is very satisfied with the mobile game's touch controls, but says players can choose to play with a controller if they prefer. So I have been so far. I mean, I played it for a couple hours. I played it a little bit more last night. Um, and it, it's touch controls. Love them or hate them. Typically, I hate them. I can deal with them in this. I do have some sort of Android like controller thing that kind of snaps on. I just don't know where it is. I gotta find it. But so anyway, I have been playing with the touch controls, and I can attest that they work. They work. There's a lot going on in a division style game with your, um, with your different swapping weapons, throwing grenades, getting behind cover, hitting your pulse button. So there's a lot of stuff on screen, but it does seem to be working, um, you know, decently well
I
for me.
disagree. I fucking hate it. I tried it this
Did you
morning.
try it?
I tried it. Fuck them touch controls, bitch. Fuck them touch controls. There's so much going on unless you have like a tablet. Like my phone is too small
Right.
and I'm just
Yeah.
hitting shit. So listen, I like that you bring this up because you can, if you have like your Series X controller, you can Bluetooth that to your phone and play it like that.
Yep.
So that is perfectly fine. And I think
Yep.
that what I'm going to do is download this on BlueStacks on my PC, and I'll probably play it on there. It's
Yeah.
very, very cool, very good. Like
Yeah.
honestly, it's very well done for a mobile game. But touch controls fucking suck. I don't care
I
what you
know.
are. Anyway, that's just
And
my opinion.
if it wasn't the fact that it was a division game, I would say no way. I have tried other things like this and I just can't get over the touch controls. So no, they are not my favorite by any means, but I'm playing it regardless,
Mm-hmm.
just because I do enjoy this style of game. And
Yeah.
honestly, like the running mechanic and stuff in it, where you have to like use your left thumb to just move around. I hardly do that because I I just point at the next thing I want to have my character run to.
Oh,
I
fair.
just have them run there, and then I have them run to the next thing, and I have them run to the next thing. So it's kind of
Fair.
like a strategy game in a sense, in that sense, um
Yeah,
but
there's
yeah,
a
the aiming and stuff gets a little wonky and stuff. You have to like try to position your reticle there, and if it's not quite there, you're gonna fire off a couple shots that aren't on target, and then you just kind of slowly move your thumb a little bit so that you can actually hit um the enemy. So
yeah, I mean,
yeah,
there is a touch to move cover position button. That is nice. That is good way. The good that is nice. I agree with you. That's a good inclusion. But you
that's
do
just
have
kind of how I've been
ammo.
playing it.
You do have like it's not like unlimited ammo in the division. So those like
Nope,
couple bullets that you're fucking spraying for no
I know.
reason do add up. They do affect
Yep,
shit.
nah, you're
So
wasting them.
right, that's just a mobile game thing. But
Yep.
gotta get
So
your
really, I
backbone
mean,
out or whatever the hell that thing's called, and
that's
start playing
right.
it.
It's not that, but I have something that I need to find that I can hook up to it. But yeah, that's basically what I wanted to talk about. The article is basically that. It's just the developers are saying they're happy with them. Great,
Yeah, no,
you
that's
know,
what are you
good for
gonna
them.
say?
But
You can't just say, yeah,
right,
our controls fucking suck. But
well,
yeah,
yeah,
um, It's yeah. If you're used to touch controls, they're very competent for all of the crazy shit you got to do in this game. As Jason said,
Yes.
it works.
Yes.
That's what's most
It
important.
works.
Um,
It's just not ideal.
to dial it back into the game, though, like I said, it looks great. They're saying here it's 60 to 70% of the size of the original Division map, which is
Oh, is
fucking
that what they're saying?
yeah. That's fucking impressive for a mobile game, though. That's pretty
Oh, yeah, because that
goddamn
first
good.
map was big.
Yeah. So cool stuff
Oh, that's
here.
cool.
Really cool
Yeah.
stuff. It is free to play. I don't know what the monetization looks like here yet. Have you gotten far enough to really see anything?
Nope.
Okay,
Nope.
so
And I don't really care enough about that anyway.
yeah.
So
Well,
if it starts throwing that stuff at me, I'm either out or I'm not paying attention to it.
no,
So
yeah, that's so we'll follow up if he keeps kind of dinking with it. It's gonna
I
start
will.
throwing you shit at some point. So
I know it will.
I'd be curious to see what how they're trying to monetize it.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, very cool. Yeah,
Mhm.
like I said, I checked it out too, and it's
And it's
cool. It's cool.
the other thing that's cool about it too is like even if you have only like a couple minutes, I mean, from what I've noticed so far at least, is like I played it for a few minutes, um, had to do something. So I basically just closed the game. Like I didn't even like I just closed it.
Uh-huh.
And then when I jumped back in, it kind of yes, it had to reload and everything, but it put me right where I was.
Oh, cool.
And like it even had the enemies that I had taken out gone. I was basically just moving on to the next area. So I don't know if that's going to be everywhere. Or maybe that just I did happen to just hit a certain point where it kind of auto saved or whatever. But I was like, oh, I was fully assuming to. I played it for like 10 minutes, and I was fully assuming to basically just start over. But it like kept my custom character that I created, and it basically plopped me right back into where I was
Nice.
standing when I closed the game. So
This would be a cool thing to put on Switch, I think.
oh god, yeah.
Well, I wonder if they.
It would.
I mean, that would be really
I
smart.
don't know.
It'd be so
It would
smart.
be smart.
I think the Switch 2 runs in a Snapdragon, which is the CPU that a lot of the powerhouse
Yep, a
gaming,
lot of mobile.
mobile
Yep,
gaming chips are used. So I'm sure it would.
yep.
I mean, I'm sure it would run, but
Oh, I would imagine, yeah.
maybe this would be a good fit for it. But I don't know. Maybe we'll see that.
Come on, Ubisoft,
That'd be kind
do
of
it.
cool. I'm not gonna lie.
Yes, it
All right,
would.
cool. Division's still cool, man.
Yeah, I still like it. I don't know.
Yep, I like it too. It's good franchise. Next one here, a little general news. The gaming historian Norm stepping away after 15 years. I just want to throw this
Oh,
in here.
Norm.
Yeah, Norm. I actually watched a lot of gaming historian videos.
Oh, I did too.
I thought he had
Mhm.
some really cool stuff, and basically he just said he doesn't have any drive to make new ones, and that's the best time to step away. There's no reason to continue to
Yeah.
burn yourself out and keep making stuff if
Yep.
it's not enjoyable. And it's
Yeah.
good thing to talk about, but I just wanted to take a second to thank Norm because I watched a lot of those videos. They were really well
So did
done. And
They were.
yeah. So go check out his new podcast with him and his wife, I guess, if you want to. It's not gaming
Oh,
related. It's
I didn't see that.
they just talk about like history together or something.
Oh.
He said it's very not child friendly. So I don't know what's
Oh,
going on there, but yeah, it's just cool. I mean, like I said, Norm's been a face in the gaming space for a long time.
long
Um,
time.
And of course, people are having a hard time with
Yeah.
it, but let the fucking guy have a goddamn life. He did it
No
for
shit.
15 fucking years.
Yeah.
So
Let him go
um,
have fun.
yeah, so that's all. Thanks, Norm. You the man.
Thanks, Norm.
That's
Appreciate
it.
it.
That's all I got for that. Next one, god damn, Game Dev Chronicle has so many ads, so I can't even get rid of these. So we'll just do this
Whatever.
quickly. Rec Room is shutting down after failing to become sustainably profitable. I threw this in the doc just because I'm sad because I like Rec Room. I thought Rec
Yeah.
Room was like one of the first VR games I like tried, and it was actually pretty damn good. Like they had some fun games in there. Like that you could go in there and play dodgeball. There was like these little mini adventures you could do. They're like set up as kind of like plays, but they were pretty interactive and pretty fun. It's just a really cool little sandbox. There wasn't much to it, but it was a cool social hub. So
Yes.
I was just very sad when I saw it was closing down.
Yeah, my 11-year-old played a lot of this, and she actually brought this up to me, like, "Did you see the Rec Room's closing?" I was like, "I did, that's kind of a bummer," and she played a lot of it, and for her, the funniest part is, like, yes, you could go in and do all these, like, games and stuff. She spent 90% of her time in the, like, opening
Yeah.
area, like
Yep.
this room, and
Mhm.
just running around. They would do this. Her and her friends would do this fake like there's like this little like bar with like just like
Yeah.
not like
Yeah.
alcoholic
Yeah.
drinks,
I
and
had
like
been
be
there.
like,
Yeah.
oh, did you serve? Do you want this? She would just go in there and do that, and
Yeah.
I would also be able to play this on my phone. So like she would play on the VR, and I would actually play it on my phone and be able to like see her and see what she's doing and interact with her too. So yeah, I mean it was fun
It
for what it
was a
was.
really, I mean, yeah, it's another one of those don't judge it by its looks type of thing. It was
Oh yeah.
fucking cool. And when you put the headset on, it was like, this is, like I said, it's one of the first VR experiences that I had. So I went in there and I couldn't believe how like immersed I got it with how dumb these
Mhm.
characters looked. Like you just, like your brain just clicks and you just snap into this
Yep.
whole thing. And it was really impressive. Like I said, it was like the first real experience that I had. It's free on Quest 2, Quest 3, things like that. And it's
Yep.
terrible. Like I said, I mean, that little social hub was cool. I didn't go to the little bar and play with my friends, but I'd go to the basketball court in the
Oh
open
yeah.
world and
Yep.
shoot
She do
shoot
that too.
hoops.
Yep.
But it's another one of those things. Why couldn't it just be up for
I
like why
know.
can't it just stay up? Why gotta fucking take it off? But it's it's a live service.
I
Fucking
mean, I would
trash.
say it's probably been a few months since she's really hopped into it, but,
Oh
like,
yeah.
every time she went in, it was full of people.
Oh yeah, yeah. People are playing it. They're just not buying the fucking
So,
micro shits.
that's yeah. I know,
Um,
that's too bad.
but yeah, sad one. This is a cool game. I would recommend checking it. Well,
Sure.
no, fuck it. Never mind. It's dead.
Yeah, not now.
It's sad. So
Yeah,
there you go. I need to
too
whip
bad.
out my Quest 2. I haven't touched my Quest 2 in probably a year and a half.
Mine's right there, and I'm not even sure it's plugged in. Oh, yeah, it is. Yeah, I
Mine's
probably should too.
mine's probably been dead for. I used to play this fishing game on there. That was my chill game.
Oh, really? I never
Dude, it
tried
was
that.
so nice. Like it had like beautiful, like it just had really nice scenery. So you could go in there and like the fishing was just secondary, but you're just sitting there like throwing your line out, reeling, looking at the fucking
Yeah,
birds and shit. And like you could
that's
all,
kinda
they
cool.
also like developed that game to be casual. So you could like pull up a window in the game and watch YouTube while you're fishing. And like in this open world, like it just had a pop up like YouTube browser. Like it was fucking cool. It was really cool. But yeah, anyways, VR's, we've talked about VR.
Yeah. I'm trying to find the name of the game that I played probably the most of.
Played 4VR
Uh
cornhole. I played 4VR bowl. Um,
Oh god, it was
darts.
the shooting game. Uh, I can't think of it, but um, god damn it!
My
Like, and
favorite
it's
VR
not
game
popping up
was
on.
while you're looking, my favorite VR game was on the PSVR, the first one. The shooter, the multiplayer. Damn, did I just really just brain fart right when you did? Shit. They just shut
I
it
don't know.
down.
Yeah.
There was a like a Rainbow Six Siege like they came out with. Someone will know that's listening to this, but I played the hell out of that. That game was fucking dope.
Yeah, yeah. I cannot think of the name of it, but yeah, it's just basically you're like on rails, like your character's
Oh,
just
pistol
moving
whip.
and pistol whip. God, thank you.
Yeah,
I played a lot of pistol whip, and it was kind of a workout too
yeah,
because you had to like duck under things and move out
yeah.
of the way of bullets. Like I'd play it for 10 minutes and be like, whew,
Yeah,
kind of
sweating,
sweating a
motherfucker.
little bit. Yeah.
Yeah, games. Yeah, very cool. Yep, cool. Let's move on
Yep.
from there.
Okay.
I just put this in here. We don't have to talk about this too long. PlayStation Plus games that were announced. Lords of the Fallen from 2023. Decent little Souls like. Then they also added Tomb Raider 1 through 3 remastered and Sword Art Online Fractured Daydream. Probably the worst month for. These are so uninteresting to me. Like this might be the worst free drop from PlayStation since I bought a PlayStation, in my opinion. Like,
Yeah.
it's just a stinky month.
Did you ever play Lords of the Fallen?
Started it. I have a history
It's
with that
okay.
game. The history with it.
Yeah.
Played it on PC
Okay.
when it came out, got glitched under a staircase, and then it auto-saved. So, like, I went out, reloaded
Couldn't.
under the fucking stairs. I was like, Jesus
Oh
fucking
no.
Christ. So I stopped, and then I bought it again on PlayStation. Haven't launched it on PlayStation. It's cool. It's got some good ideas. I like the
Yeah.
transition from the two different worlds type of mechanic, and
Yep.
it's funny to me how
I thought it was okay.
long did you play it?
Not real long. I know it's a Souls like ish, but I thought it was
No, it's a Soul.
not
That's a Souls like, Chief.
but
That's
it's
a
not
Souls.
that difficult, I didn't think.
You need to fucking play Bloodborne. I don't know
I
how
know
many
I
times
do.
I need to fucking tell you need to play Bloodborne, but you need to
Oh,
play Bloodborne.
Jesus Christ.
Play
I know I do.
Bloodborne. You're gonna. It's so good. Anyway,
I know.
yeah, it has some interesting ideas. It has nothing to do with the game from 2014 at all. Like, it's crazy.
Oh, really?
Oh, there's nothing. There's nothing even in the same ballpark. They were so different. But, anyways,
Weird.
yeah, Tomb Raider 1 through 3 remastered. Those games, I don't care if they're remastered or not. Old Tomb Raider sucks.
Yeah.
I don't even think it's a hot take. They control
No,
like
it's
shit.
not.
They play like shit. They're just not fun. And then who the fuck cares about Sword Art Online Fractured Daydream?
That's not even a good Sword Art game.
Oh, is it?
It's
Not?
not.
Okay.
It's not one of the best ones. I played well, I shouldn't even I don't know much about those games. I played one of the Sword Art Onlines. I can't remember which one it was. That was actually decent. And that one I just remember people saying, if you're gonna play Sword Art, don't play that one.
Yikes. That's the only
Yeah.
anime, one of the only animes I started watching. I watched like maybe 2 seasons of Sword Art Online.
Yeah, see, I don't even know the anime that well at all.
It's kind of cool for
Yeah.
I've tried to be a weeb many times. I just can't weeb.
Yeah.
Anyways.
Can't do it.
Anyways.
It's a time sink.
Yeah, it is. That's a stinky release window, but at least you guys know what you're getting. And then why don't you cover this, Jason, since you're the Xbox guy? I threw this in here, so we got some stuff coming out to Game Page.
Yeah, so this is all the games coming soon in April to Xbox Game Pass. I'm just gonna
the fucking
skip right to the
big
games.
one on April 2nd. You guys already have access to big old.
You already have access to Barbie Horse Trails.
That's what I'm talking about. Big one. Let's fucking go.
Get on there. And also on the April 2nd, Cam's favorite game.
It is my favorite
Clair
game.
Obscure.
100% is my
33.
favorite video game of all time. I swear to shit. I'm not even kidding you. It's my favorite game of all time. It is so fucking good. You need to play that if you haven't. So good.
Yep. So, you got Game Pass. Get on there.
Yeah.
Play
so
it.
Good. Very good.
On April 3rd, NBA 2K26 was available on Game Pass, and now moving into the future a little bit, April 7th, you can download and play Final Fantasy IV. That's cool. I don't think I played Final Fantasy IV. April 10th, you can play Tiny Bookshop, kind of a bookshop sim kind of game. Looked okay.
I think that's the release date. It's on Switch, but it's coming to major consoles. This one's going straight to Game Pass.
That's going straight to Game Pass. Okay. We already covered this on the last episode, but April 14th, Hades 2 is available on Game Pass.
Yep.
Awesome game.
Very good.
And an exciting one for both of us, April 14th, Replaced is coming to Game Pass. That's that side-scrolling, futuristic cyberpunk action game.
Yep, one of the biggest releases of the month for sure. So keep your eyes on that. I think I'm going to be playing that on release day on my PC.
Yep. And then on April 21st, Vampire Crawlers comes out on Game Pass. I will be checking that out on there. Yeah. Yep. April 23rd, you can play Kiln. That is that pottery making / battle royale kind of thing. I don't know.
Yep, Devolver Digital. We covered it on the release thing, and I forgot. I forgot to dumb it down for you guys listening, but because Jason and I watched the trailer, that's all I said. And then I just said could be cool for friends, but yeah, it's a pottery building breaking MOBA type of
where you take the pots that you design into a MOBA style multiplayer game and try to destroy the other pots, and then there's objectives and stuff that you do too. So yeah, it looks
It's a fun
interesting.
little party
And
game. I don't know about
yep,
solo though.
yeah, probably not. You probably need some buddies for that one.
Yep.
Two more. April 28th. Aphelion comes out. I don't know that one.
It's a survival horror game.
Okay,
I mean,
I'm good.
here's the trailer. I mean, if you want, it looks like no volume, please.
No volume.
I don't think I have it on, so it should be fine. But
Nope.
it's like a spaceship crashes. Someone's stuck in the ship, and then one of the other characters gets lost out in this world where they were going to. They're trying to work their way back together. So it looks like kind of an alien isolation type of situation for the guy in the ship, and then you have the lady out dealing with shit, trying to get back to her
what she's dealing with,
buddy. So
okay.
I could be way off on that, to be fair. This is not a trailer I've seen before,
what it looks
but
like.
yeah.
Well, cool.
I don't know, man. It'll be right on the game page for you.
Yep. If that looks interesting, April 28th, you can check that out.
Yep.
And then finally on April 30th, Heroes of Might and Magic, Olden Era, is available on Game Pass.
Just another PC though. Weird.
Oh yes, sorry, PC.
That's fucking strange.
That is strange. Okay, well,
I don't know what that is, but anyways, you can get it.
Yeah.
Cool, man. All right. Moving on.
Okay. Yep, moving on. That's that. I just wanted to also touch on the Xbox Games Showcase for 2026 was announced with Gears of War Direct as well. So I thought that sounded cool. So Microsoft will hold its annual Xbox Games Showcase on Sunday, June 7th. The company announced this past Monday. The Xbox Showcase promises first gameplay looks and huge news on upcoming titles from Xbox Game Studios and third-party partners. From the biggest franchises to soon-to-be indie darlings. That event will be followed by a deep dive into Gears of War E-Day, which is the new Gears of War game from the Coalition. So,
cool.
Yeah, they go into a couple other things. They'll probably touch on, Fable, Minecraft Dungeons 2, which I'm actually kind of excited about.
I'm pumped for that too. Yep.
I really enjoyed the first Minecraft Dungeons.
I did too.
Okay, cool. And then the remake of Halo Combat Evolved will also be talked about. So
cool.
Still don't know why they're doing that. Yeah, exactly. I don't either. That's an odd one. They kind of briefly mentioned Elder Scrolls 6, and they said don't count on it, but there's a chance they'll talk about it. But
I wouldn't count on it
I doubt it.
So
then it goes into like the times and stuff. But yeah.
7 p.m. for us. When are you gone in June? Or is that July?
June. I can tell you right now. I'll be gone June 12th through. Oh no! Wait. The 13th through. Wait, what? 13th through the 21st.
Okay.
I'll be in Florida.
Hey, nice, dude.
So we'll have to do something for that. Oh shit.
That's cool. I was just wondering
just one.
I was wondering if we replace the podcast and just do a Twitch live react to this because it's on Sunday
that's
at
right.
7.
Oh.
It's on Sunday at 7. We'll talk about it.
Yeah,
we might still.
You're thinking ahead. Okay. Yeah, we might still be able to.
We missed one, so I'm trying to make sure we don't fucking miss another one.
I know.
So Jason and I will cover it one way or another, whether we do a podcast that day and watch it later or something. We'll try to cover it. I need to know more about Fable for sure, so I'm excited.
Yeah.
We'll figure that. We'll talk about it. You guys don't need to hear the behind the scenes shit in that regard.
Yeah, maybe they like it.
Maybe. I don't know. You guys tell us in the comments. Leave us a damn comment for once.
Yeah. Yeah, no shit.
But
right. Yeah, that's kind of basically it for that.
Yeah, yep. You know what time it is.
It's Nintendo time.
Hell yeah.
Yeah. So, Just a couple short Nintendo articles that I found that I wanted to touch on real quick. So obviously the Super Mario Galaxy movie is out now. Came out on Wednesday. So this article is talking about how Nintendo wants you to bring your phone to the Super Mario Galaxy movie. Don't use it during the movie, but bring it because it says if you're planning to see the Super Mario Galaxy movie in theaters, make sure to bring your phone with the Nintendo Today app installed. So at participating theaters, you'll have the chance to grab some extra digital goodies and all you need is your camera. So I'm guessing, okay, so it does go into it. So once you arrived at the theater that's showing the Super Mario Galaxy movie, look for the official movie poster on the wall. Allow location, okay, yeah, all that stuff that allow location services in your and your phone and your app. And then you can scan the poster using your phone's camera. You'll be rewarded with an exclusive photo frame, which wraps your favorite picture with the movie's logo and the Lumas, the little characters that are in the Galaxy. Well, they're in the Galaxy game and obviously in the Galaxy movie. You'll also be rewarded with a wallpaper for your phone, so you can let everyone know it's your favorite movie ever. So yeah, just take your phone, scan the poster, and get some goodies. They're really nothing special, but if you're big into that stuff,
Yeah,
check
go
it
ahead
out.
and give Nintendo your precise location while you're at it.
There you go. Yeah, let them track you.
So Super Mario Galaxy movie's been a little divisive, I would say,
Yes, it
with
has.
people. I haven't really followed it too much, but
I know Sean Kleina went to it yesterday. I haven't talked to him about it yet, but he was gonna go check it out. So I'd be curious
cool.
to see what he thinks.
Hell yeah, I think he's a listener. So shout out Sean Klein.
Oh, there you go. Yeah. Yep.
He'll let us know.
What do you think, Sean?
What do you think, Sean? Leave a comment on he listens on Apple or something. So never mind. Appreciate you, Sean.
Yeah.
You're a stud. Anyway,
It sounds like what I've kind of been hearing is like it's jam packed with like tons of Nintendo references, a lot of Easter eggs, a lot of like, diehard Nintendo fans are going to be pointing things out like, oh, that's this, that's this. But as a whole, like story wise and stuff, I heard it was a little bit lackluster. So, which I don't really care.
Yeah,
The first one was fun. I can pick that one apart too, but
right.
I still like seeing Mario on the big screen. So
Of course, love it, love it, love it.
Yep.
What else you got?
All right, so this next article I threw in kind of deals with Pokemon and like Pokemon's whole fight with Pal World. So basically, this article says that the USPTO rejects Nintendo's controversial summon character and let it fight Pokemon patent in a non-final ruling as Pal World legal battle rumbles on. So basically, without diving, reading you word for word what this is all about is Pal World is a game that came out that is kind of like Pokemon in a sense where you have a character, you have creatures that can battle alongside of you, and Nintendo kind of threw a fit. Which some of the stuff I can understand because a lot of the characters in this game were like, oh my god, that is like a Pokemon character. So what Nintendo tried to do was develop a patent on being able to summon a character and let them fight for you. So what you do in Pokemon. They wanted to trademark that so you couldn't even make a game that has that gameplay mechanic in it. And the legal system said, "You're nuts. We're not doing that." So
thank God.
I don't know. Did you want me to dig in more? I mean, that's kind of
that's pretty much the gist.
It's still ongoing, in a sense that, like I said, it's a non-final ruling, so it's going to continue. But like, this is the first step in them being denied this trademark or patent or whatever to not allow other games to have this gameplay mechanic in it. So.
Yeah, I don't like the idea. I do not like patenting fucking mechanics. That's fucked up. We had that with the Nemesis system. Was exclusive to that studio, and now that studio is fucking absolved, so we're never going to see it again, which is stupid as fuck. It's literally just a patent on a mechanic. That's horrendous. So I'm very happy that this got turned down, because you should be, I mean, Pal World's an interesting case, because that game is a blatant fucking Pokemon ripoff. Like,
it's a ripoff.
it is a blatant Pokemon ripoff. So like you said, I understand Pokemon companies despisal of that project.
Yes.
I mean, I get it. It is not.
But there's other ways of going at them than trying to patent just a gameplay mechanic. I mean,
well, not really. I mean, they don't explicitly use Pokemon. Are fucking damn close, but they're not.
They're damn close.
They're not Pokemon. So I don't know.
So you think this is the way that they had to go about attacking them and trying to essentially shut this down, or what?
I don't even know.
Okay.
I don't. Yeah, like I said, you should not be able to patent a mechanic for a video game. I think it should. Right. Everybody should be able to use whatever they want to. But the thing is, no matter what, if someone releases a game with a catch Pokemon or catch creature, release creature to fight for you, it's gonna feel like Pokemon. That's just been the Pokemon formula for all of eternity. Pal World, though, in specific, is like ridiculous about it. You know what I mean? And I don't know Digimon. I don't know if Digimon has like a ball mechanic
it's
or
similar.
Or
I don't know if you do all that, but it's still similar. It makes you wonder, like, you know, with all these other games that are very similar to Pokemon, like maybe I just missed, you know, the hubbub about those games and like if Nintendo went after them or not, but it doesn't seem like it. But this Pal World thing is just like they're trying something.
I don't think there really are Pokemon ripoffs other than Pal World that I know of. I don't know of any catch a creature, use it in battle other than Digimon, which I don't even know how Digimon works. That's something I want to get into with Time Stranger eventually, but
yeah, I do too.
I don't know. I don't think there is an alternative to Pokemon. I think everybody's been too scared to do it, and then Pocket Pair said, "Fuck it, we're going to take everything from them." So
Jesus.
I don't know. Honestly, the way that I see it is kind of like Nintendo being or whatever Pokemon company being trying to get at them any way that they can because they're pissed about it, which I think is just petty. But I don't know.
Yeah,
I think. Yeah, there's a lot of problems. Is
Pal World still going? I mean,
it's still going. Yeah,
is it?
It's not crazy. Like, I mean, it was a massive craze when it came out.
Yeah.
I haven't heard about it in quite a long time. But
no, I haven't really either. That's why I wondered.
It's still going. This is just stupid.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I don't know. Let's not patent game mechanics. That's all I got to say. Let's let people use what they want and stuff. So that's that. That's news. Pretty good. Pretty that's nice news. And tidy. Like that.
Yeah, I like it.
Let's take our last break and then
final break.
Come back with a little discussion at the end of the show to send you off.
Yeah. Sounds good. Stick around, guys.
What's up, guys? We're back to Spawn Point Podcast. We're in the community section. I don't know if you can hear the crickets, but I sure can. We ain't getting nothing this week. That's totally fine. What I have instead is I'm going to ask Jason a question that I don't even think I have an answer for, so I guess I'll think about it while he thinks about it. Okay. But question for you this week, Jason. What game did you quit, but you secretly want to get back to?
I have one for you, and this is one that I've thought about putting on as one of my game discussions for a few weeks in a row now, and I just keep not doing it because I keep not jumping back in, even though I want to. And the game I'm talking about is Megaton Musashi Wired. Um, it's a mech action RPG, essentially. Kind of like a looter shooter, but a looter melee. it's a it's a
What
looter
the hell?
melee shoot. Yeah, it's weird. Um, so the studio behind it's level 5, so they've brought you like the Professor Layton, the
Oh.
Nino Kuni games, which I absolutely loved, and even Azuma 11, the soccer RPG. And it's very much that kind of like art style is very similar. But instead of like, like the Inazuma games where it's like a kind of a 3D world that you run around in and level up and stuff. This, when you're not in the action parts of this game, you're basically a student in this school that you're like learning to be this mech pilot essentially. So you run around in more of a 2D kind of a side scrolling world where you can like cut down alleys and stuff. Like there is a little bit of 3D element in it, where you can like run up an alley and stuff and then like discover different things. There's like hidden, secrets and items and stuff that you can gather, but there's a story going on in the background too. So you're basically kind of running around to like talk to these people, and then like you eventually go back to like the classroom or whatever, and then you like jump into these missions, that you're learning how to pilot these things. And then when you get into like the combat, it's freaking fun. It is like it's mech fighting, but it's very fast. Um, Tons of gear, tons of weapons. You can like just customize the crap out of your mech. There's all kinds of different mech builds, and stuff. That there's heavy, there's more agile ones. Some are more focused on the gunplay. Some are more focused on the melee combat. There's like giant swords and stuff that cut through the enemies. So, yeah, this is just one that I've put a few hours into, really enjoyed. It can be a little bit overwhelming in the customization and the equipping of your mech. There's so many parts and things that you could really get into if you want. And I think that kind of overwhelmed me at first. But yeah, this is just a game that I put a little bit of time into, and it's been a while since I've jumped back into it. So if there was a game on my list that I kind of dropped that I'd like to maybe pop back into, it would probably be this one. So
Hell yeah. I have never
that's
fucking
my
heard
game.
of this at all. So I don't know.
It
Like,
kind of
what the
flew under the
fuck?
radar.
I was
Yeah,
a.
but
Yeah.
the reviews were great, and it's another issue I have with it is it's really, really long. So
Oh.
that's gonna be, yeah, but it looks great. It plays great.
I just can't believe the Layton team is doing this. What the
Yep,
fuck, dude? That's just like
yep. And this came
Professor
out
Layton was a
in
visual
20
novel, I think.
yeah, this came out in 2021. So I mean it's been out for a while, and it just kind of didn't get a whole lot of hype, didn't get talked about a lot, but like from
Hmm.
what I've seen and read, I mean, the people that have played it have really enjoyed it. So,
It looks cool. Boy,
yeah, there's a lot going
man,
on.
you just find the
I
some of
know.
the. We're good at finding some weird stuff. I can tell you that, dude. I had no idea this existed. It's not.
That's my
I think
skill.
that's pretty fucking
It's
cool.
very anime. It's very like anime characters,
Yep.
Anime dialogue, especially if that stuff bothers you. This is maybe this isn't for you, but yeah, I it's still fun,
Hell yeah. I
but
I used
kind
to
of
be
dropped it for a
totally
while.
against that stuff, and then I just started embracing it. Like fucking, who cares?
Yep.
Who
Yep.
cares? That's cool.
Yep.
The only thing I could say I would like to go back to, couple things. So Witcher 3, which I'm never going to go back to. I'm going to say that I'm going to go
Oh,
back to it for 50,000. I'm going to say it 500 times and never go back. Or if I do go back, I'll go back, kill the griffin, and then quit again.
and then turn it off again.
Yeah, what the fuck, dude?
It's so good though if you can get through some of that stuff.
It's just a slow. It's not even a slow burn. It's just like fuck. Like it's so overwhelming because there's so much of game there. You know what I mean?
There
it's
is
like,
a lot of game there.
yeah.
I finished it at 150 hours, I think.
Mm, mm, mm,
Yeah.
mm, mm. I don't know.
I don't know. That one just did something to me. That one hooked me.
Yeah, I mean, it's not just you. I've heard it from like other people that just have loved it, and I just can't. So maybe it's just not for me. I just have to.
It might not be.
I don't know. I don't know. I also want to get. I've had this weird itch to play a fucking shmup. I don't even know I don't even know where the fuck this came from, but like this isn't really.
I remember you talking about that a little while back. You're like, I want a new shmup. I'm like, oh, that's not my genre, so
Bro,
I don't even know what to tell you.
I've never even been into shmups. It's just like, I don't know. I woke up one morning and wanted to play fucking a shmup. I think it's because I've been playing Galaga. Like, and I've just been really enjoying Galaga. I know that, Galaga's not a shmup. It's a fucking arcade game. But something about the vertical, I want a vertical shmup really bad, and I don't know where it came from or what to even look into. I've looked into a couple on PlayStation. There's one that Konami just released. Fuck if I can remember the name. I don't know. I have it wishlisted, but it's supposedly like brutally hard. I mean, they're all fucking hard. So
they're all hard.
I just haven't pulled the trigger on one because I know I'm going to buy it and then toss it to the side after 10 minutes. So I don't know where that came from, to be honest.
Yeah, the pull of those games just has never been there for me, so I don't know.
It's never been there for me either until just like out of nowhere. I was like, I don't know where it came from. So that's it. I as far as games I want to go, I don't really. Over the last few years, it's like when I get done with it, when I'm moving on from a game, I'm pretty much, you're pretty much, that's the kiss of death. You're pretty much off my radar at that point.
Yep.
Because I try abundantly hard to not drop games. But that's just me personally. So yeah. Well, what do you think?
You're not going to go back to Legend of Dragoon?
No. That was a history project, I would say, for me. I just kind of wanted to see what the hype was all about, and I understand it, but I'll probably, I don't.
Yeah.
There's, I don't know. What am I even trying to say? I had a really good time when I did that project and went back to Final Fantasy 1. I just really enjoyed it. I didn't enjoy the game. I've said that before too. It's just narratively, it doesn't hold up to modern game standards, but it was just cool to like visit that. And then I started playing Final Fantasy 2 and I just couldn't. I mean, like I just got a couple, like maybe an hour in. I wouldn't even say I really touched it much, to be fair. There's a lot of like dialogue at the beginning of Final Fantasy games, and I didn't really hardly even get out of that. But I don't know. There's something I just like seeing the stuff. I mean, I played Doom or not Doom. I played Diablo from '96. I played through that a couple years ago. That was fun.
Right. I remember you seeing that.
I don't know. I just be like that, dude. I just be playing weird stuff. I want to get back to Metal Arms. So there you go.
Yep.
That's on the back.
Play some Freedom Fighters.
Yes, I'm going to do that for Retro Rehab. That's a show, I think.
I think so. I think we did good.
I think we did all right, other than we
all
had
things
to
considered.
Recorded twice. Fucking hails. So sweet.
This is going to be our first 5-hour episode.
No, it won't be. For us, it was, but not for you guys.
Yeah.
What do you got going next week? So next week for me, I am going to be getting Samson on the 8th. I don't know if I'm going to have enough time to play it to be able to cover it next week or not yet, because it comes out on the 8th, which is Thursday.
Right.
So we'll see on that. Today is the 5th. Oh, shit. 8th Wednesday. Never mind. Maybe I will have some time because I have a doctor's appointment for my knee on the 7th, and then Wednesday's my on-skid.
So Yeah. I think for next week for me, it's probably just going to be a couple of the other things that I've probably mentioned in the past that I want to get back to. But then the following week, we've got both Pragmata and
Oh.
uh, Tamagotchi
And
Life, which
and replaced on Tuesday.
and replaced.
All right, we're gonna have to tackle
Okay.
that. So
Yeah.
let me just think about. This is hard for us. This is all out of our own pockets, y'all.
Uh-huh. Well,
I
at
have
least
to-
replaced is
I
on
have to
Game
decide.
Pass.
Listen, yeah, replaced will be easy. I have to decide between Pragmata or Soros for this month. I think
Oh.
just for my pocketbooks.
Uh-huh.
Because I have a car with no
Oh,
brakes
shit.
right now, also. so
Yeah.
so I gotta decide on what I want to do there. I think I'm more drawn to Pragmata than I am Soros, but
You think?
I think personally,
Yeah.
you know,
Just it's something new.
I didn't get to Returnal till late, and it was fine to
Yeah.
like wait that long. I'm just really interested on Pragmata. But are you? I mean, you and your daughter are doing Tamagotchi Life. You're not getting
That's the
both, are you?
thing. And see, the thing is too, is I planned on getting it for her birthday is the 17th.
Mm.
And that was gonna be the thing that I got for her. So I'm gonna have to get like 2 copies, which
Yep.
Yeesh. So I don't know.
Oh man. Well, we'll have
I'll have
Samson
to wait and see.
coverage. That'll be a new game for next week.
Yep.
Maybe if I get to it in time. We'll see.
Right.
But I mean, like I said, we're stressing about nothing. This show isn't about new games, anyways. It's
No,
about
I know
whatever
it's
we
not.
get to. But
Just a
this
lot
is-
of stuff coming out.
yeah, this is hardcore gamer life right here in
Yep.
action.
Oh, it sucks. It's great and it sucks at the same
yeah,
time.
it's great and it sucks. So yeah, we'll see. We'll see what happens.
Yeah, for sure.
But yeah, let's get the hell out of here. I'm terrible at ending shows. Happy Easter,
That's
everybody.
the show, guys. Happy
the
Easter.
resurrection day of our Lord and Savior. You can go buy I
Yep.
Am Jesus Christ on Steam and learn all about the old man if you like to, if that's your thing.
Have you seen anything on that yet?
No.
I watched a before you buy video.
Oh yeah, Game
on
Ranks.
it.
Shout out.
And he was Game Ranks. And he was kind of like, it's not bad. Like he's like, there's obviously you can obviously tell that it's a low budget,
Yeah.
title, but I watched some gameplay and it's all first person. You're running around as Jesus. But yeah, I don't know.
I mean,
I was just surprised that he said anything. He was just kind of like, it's not bad. I'm like, okay.
yeah. Interesting. Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway.
If you want it, baby boys. But
right.
that's it. Let's get the hell, literally,
Let's
for the
get outta
third
here.
time,
Yeah.
let's get out of here.
Yeah.
Thanks for watching,
I
guys.
guess I'm just as bad.
Yeah, appreciate all you guys. We gotta get out of here. It's fucking damn near
Yep.
my bedtime since we do this so long.
Yep.
So have a good rest of
Same
your
here.
week, everybody. More content to come
All
on
right.
YouTube. Go to the YouTube. We'll see you guys later. Have a good rest of your week.
Absolutely. Thanks, guys.